That's too big. To fix that. One second. I don't think you can hear me, huh?
Hello, hello.
Oh no. Oh wait, can you hear me on Discord?
Hello.
Hello?
I heard you on both stream and in Discord, so.
Oh, what the heck? Well, something's going on with my... oh, nope, there it is. Okay, I'm good, okay. So,
I just
OBS
didn't
just
think-
had, like, a brand new update, so, like, everything looks all, like, bubbly and different, so I, like, freaked
Oh,
out
in
for a second
in
there.
OBS.
Yeah. Oh,
Nice.
That freaked me out.
Yeah.
Hello, how are you?
Good. I am building a Lego set.
What are you building?
I just built the Aston Martin Valkyrie. I'm building the Aston Martin Vantage. It was like a 2-car set, that thingy. So,
How far along are you? Like, when did you start?
about an hour and a half ago, and I am almost done.
Oh, dang, that was fast.
Well, it was only about 600 pieces, which sounds like a lot, but for me that's nothing. Like, I want the 9,000 piece Titanic because that would actually be a challenge.
Oh, jeez. Is the Titanic, like, the most complicated one there is? Like, why is that the one that you brought up specifically?
9,090 pieces. That's why.
That is a lot of pieces. That's a lot more than 600.
Yeah, it's affectionately referred to as a fuck ton of pieces.
So is that what you've been doing? Well, no, you said you've only been doing that for like an hour, so what are you
Yeah, hour and a half or so. I went to the gym.
Nice.
Did the elliptical.
Nice.
I do about half an hour on the elliptical. Pretty, not like super intense, but I usually, according to the little like built-in thingy on the Precore controller, Precore EFX elliptical, it's usually about 280 calories burned. So,
nice.
Get the heart rate up, burn a few calories. Nothing major. Kind of take it slow.
Major. You know, just
seriously.
Out at the gym, no big deal.
No. That's the correct attitude if I was like jacked, but no, I'm not. Like, so I take your insinuation and I throw it out the window.
Well, as long as you're not offended, we're good.
I am not offended. I'm actually looking at possibly getting a Horizon. Apparently, Horizon makes some decent, cheap machines. Getting one for home and just ditching the gym membership altogether. Because I only go there for the elliptical. So if I only go there for one fucking machine, why should I pay? For the privilege, you know?
Yeah, especially since usually gyms kind of find a way to suck the money out of you, even when you're not there. So.
Thankfully, this is a town gym, so they're very transparent. And unlike Planet Fitness, side note, middle finger to Planet Fitness, they let you use just a standard like debit or credit card. I just put on my Capital One, but like, like Planet Fitness, fuck you for requiring a fucking bank account. Why are you so special?
Yeah, it's creepy. they can take it out whenever they want.
But you have to like send them a letter saying, "Oh, I wish to revoke my membership," like an actual physical snail mail. Like, no, stop it.
Yeah, the last
like,
6 years. Yeah, 6 years. We've moved 7 times. We have had our issues with the gym.
Well, I mean, I guess if you have like the black card, I think it is, you can at least like keep the Planet Fitness and just go to whichever one you want. So it's like, at least if you have the black card, which is a lot more, it's like I think it's $25 a month instead of the 10 or whatever. You at least get like.
I've been going to the wrong gym then, because I've been going to Genesis and it's way more expensive than that.
Yeah, no.
It's a purple card.
Thankfully, the city of Portsmouth has the Spinnaker Point club, and they have a workout thing. So that's really good. It really helps having a town, actually, it's like literally on the town's fucking website. So
nice. Well, that's good. So
very helpful,
trustworthy and whatnot too. And like you said,
yeah.
open book about it. So
yes,
transparent.
because let's just say I can get information through Freedom of Information Act type of requests. Like I can technically get information about this place through there. So they have a little bit of a, shall we say, professional requirement.
Yeah. Well, they want to make sure that they make a good impression on everybody because word of mouth is very powerful in a town.
Oh yeah.
Thank you for the
especially
resub,
if it's something about the city.
Sorry.
You're welcome. I subbed a while ago, but it was like a couple weeks ago. But it apparently popped up and said, "Oh, it's your 4-month anniversary." It's like, sure, yay.
You're like, okay, we'll just go with that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I am building the back window right now. I'm almost done with this. Then I have another bag to build the front end of the car, but looks like I'm almost done with the entire back half of it, so that's fun.
Aww. Biohazard just said happy birthday in PMs. Yeah. I don't know if he's
here. Hey, somebody else said it, but I said it first because I'm a considerate asshole.
Oh my gosh. Yes, all the bots are gone. Oh my gosh, I've been trying to get rid of them forever.
What, bots from the Discord server?
No, in the Twitch actually. So Twitch, there's like at least 20 bots on like every stream that I go to, and I'm getting better at like being able to recognize which ones are like real people versus bots and stuff. And I've had these bots on mine forever, and I like banned them all and everything, and they were still there, and I was freaking out. But now they're gone, so I feel great.
Don't go to like Amaranth or like anything like that. Just don't go to that. It's probably just half bots. Just probably not even her that set him up, but just like don't go there.
Yeah, well, I'm sure a lot of the bots were picked up from going to other people's chats. Whether they welcomed them in themselves, the bots kind of act like a virus. Yeah. Like you go to one chat and then they're like, "Oh, new person, let's follow them."
Yeah, yeah, that's bad.
It's very annoying.
And thankfully, I don't stream.
Well, these bots were very, what's the word? Like
stealthy.
Under the table, yeah, stealthy, because they didn't show up in the viewer count. They never followed. Ooh. They never chatted. They were just there. So like on in the stream chat option where like you can see like who is there, it says active users, and then it'll have like a list of like 20 bots or so. It's very, very annoying because it just makes me think to myself, oh, one day they're gonna like activate and they're gonna totally ruin me, and I just don't want them here at all.
Although apparently, as a little FYI, should your career ever change, or your career requirements ever change, apparently, one of the two I forget whether it was OnlyFans or Fansly, but apparently it has innate OBS support.
What is innate
So should your career requirements ever change?
What, you mean from Twitch to OnlyFans, or?
Yeah, or something like that, yeah.
Nope, that's not
one of them.
I'm a married woman, I am not going to OnlyFans. There was this very tiny, desperate point where I did make an OnlyFans account only because I had heard through the chain of people that OnlyFans had better payouts than Twitch, and you could do like essentially all the same stuff.
Like,
but then
Twitch apparently is like 50.
I was like, wow, there's a bunch of stuff on here I did not want to see. So I was like,
yeah, well, I mean, let's be real here. What did you think it was?
I know. But OnlyFans though, like to me, I take anything whether it's good or bad, and I just go with it and make it good anyway. So even if it's a platform that's used for bad, I'm going to put that in quotations because it could be good, could be bad depending on the person, but even though it's used for very particular things, it doesn't mean it has to be that way.
Suffice it to say, apparently there's somebody who was actually like considering legitimately switching to OnlyFans or whatever as like their main like gaming streaming service, just because they could like do fun stuff like use toys and topless and things like that, because it would be fun.
Yeah, that's not
for like dono goals and such.
They're gonna be interested in. Nope, I'm good.
So it's just like a really fun thing to look at. It's like this is a thing that's like apparently is innately supported, and it's like why don't they expand on that? The adult oriented gaming. Like, let's be real here. the people behind OnlyFans and Fansly have probably seen how successful people like Amaranth are. Like, let's be real here.
Yeah.
Like, so
why aren't
they could
they
probably be
reaching
like,
out to people like them and then trying to
yeah,
get
why aren't they being like, hey, you can
because they
come
get
here
enough
and you can do basically whatever you want,
they
adult wise.
they get enough
Have
money as it is. They're not looking to recruit. That's extra
yeah,
effort, extra
it's
paying
it's
people.
70 it's 70-30 revenue split versus like Twitch's 50-50 apparently.
Right.
So it's
That
you
was
have
what I had heard, and so that's why I was like,
same
oh, they
quality
can
as
go over
Twitch
there,
apparently. But it's
yeah.
like it's one of those things where it's like you start off and you're like, yeah, actually, and then you realize, it would limit myself, and then it's like, well, do I really want that to be kind of my claim to fame, being the first one to do that? And it's like, nah,
No.
not worth the hassle of dealing with it.
Nope.
But something to consider.
Yeah.
If I ever decide to start streaming, because I would be weird, I would be a bastard about it or something. I don't know.
Honestly, I have more faith in YouTube. Because anything that, well, for
YouTube's
some reason,
dying. I hate to break it to you, but like YouTube's on the
I highly disagree. So if YouTube actually did the same sort of things that Twitch did when it came to interactive, they'd be awesome. They'd be great, and like they have the potential
actually
to go there too. They've already
started actually like giving a fuck about like streamers and things like that. You mean?
Yeah. I mean, they YouTube is way more oriented with when it comes to like creators. They're way more into getting to know them, rewarding them.
The problem is apparently their streaming is
oh yeah, it sucks.
Ass apparently.
No, yeah,
it
sucks. It's getting
like
better.
even removing Twitch from the picture entirely. Their streaming is apparently
it's not a
absolute
good yet.
dog shit compared to Twitch.
But I do have hopes that it has the potential though, because it
has the hope of being
and good at taking feedback, and they actually care about the creators. They do pretty good with being honest about like revenue and like solving problems and yada yada.
It has a prayer of a hope. That's what of being as good. That's basically the best way I could describe it.
I think it's a little bit more than that for me, because for me it's less of just like a hope, like, oh yeah, one day that would be nice if. It actually feels like it's starting to become more solid, like financially solid. Like if I was going to invest in Twitch
to be fair,
YouTube, it'd be YouTube, because Twitch isn't going to be able to be sustainable the way that it is.
Well, I mean, not for nothing, but not for nothing, but YouTube is owned by Google, so
yes, I know.
Pick your monopolistic billionaire, basically.
Yeah, there's not really much choice in that, but
or your monopolistic $1 trillion company. Pick your poison.
Google or Twitch doesn't really count as billionistic, but I mean, there's like.
Well, no, it's owned by Amazon, so yes, it is.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. You're right, it is. I like both. I like Amazon and I like Google. And little competition is good, but just between YouTube and Twitch, YouTube has more potential for growth, and it's better for creators themselves, because creators can put something up and then it's essentially passive income, because if there's always people watching, there's always ads playing, they're going to get money from it, and they could stop streaming and they'd be totally fine. Whereas Twitch,
now granted, I must be honest.
All the time.
I must be honest. I am a bastard, and I run uBlock Origin because fuck it all.
I actually do not know what that is, so you'll have to.
uBlock Origin is basically ad block, but better.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
But the thing is, like, it's the reason I don't pay for YouTube Premium to do the same thing is because YouTube Premium will give money to them regardless. Whereas using uBlock Origin, it doesn't run an ad, so nobody gets money from
so they can't
from
get
me.
The revenue from it, yeah.
Because I watch a lot of channels which are, well, not to get too far into it, but I am semi-involved in the atheist creationist debate space, and I watch a lot of channels that are. Well, have you ever heard of a guy named Kent Hovind? If you haven't, don't bother looking him up. He's an absolute bastard. Suffice it to say, he is, the best way of putting it is he is a hate preacher who is pretty much completely, like, has basically gone all in on Earth is 6,000 years old, and dinosaurs walked with man, and, you know, like, yeah, he went nutso. And he actually is a convicted felon, believe it or not. But
I
says
can
that
believe that.
he's also a sovereign citizen, so he claims it was the government trying to, you know, silence him or shut him down or whatever, and it's literally sued the government for $500 million in damages, which was immediately thrown out with prejudice, which means he can't file it again.
Got it.
So that's funny. But
I didn't even know
and he
you
also
could sue the government. I mean, not that
oh
would
yeah,
be that'd be gutsy because like, are you gonna win? You better have some really good evidence.
No, it's not even that. Like, there's a lawyer on YouTube, Legal Eagle. You may have seen him. Apparently, he sued the U.S. government during the Trump administration because he alleges they didn't release information or didn't release all the information or something like that. It was about freedom of information type requests. So it was, you can do that all the time. Like, it happens surprisingly often.
Huh.
So it's more common than you may think. But suing the government is very much a case of, if you're doing it, you likely have a very good reason to do it.
Right, because otherwise it's not worth the time.
Or you're a time-wasting asshole, Kent. But the thing about Kent Hovind that's funny is he is let's just say he only really talks out of one half of the side of his mouth. Like, not even like, which is funny because he, preaches intelligent design, that God created everything perfectly, while only having half a mouth that works. Like, I'm not trying to degrade him for having a problem with his mouth. I'm just saying it's ironic.
So you mean physically, like literally, he has half of his mouth not working, or are you still using that metaphorically?
Like, only half of his mouth actually fully functions. Like, I'm not even joking about that. Like, I'm that's not a metaphor. Like,
okay. So because it's literal, that's what makes it ironic.
That's what makes it ironic. Yeah.
Got it.
But it's just funny. And there was one time he there's this podcast I listen to that reviews terrible movies for terrible religious movies, and they gained fame for doing a Muslim movie called International Gorillas, which is absolutely, I've seen the movie. Effectively, it's a bunch of people trying to kill Salman Rushdie. I wish I was making that up.
Yikes.
So, and it was out in the 70s, and it was like the main villain wears a cow, or the main, like, it wears like a red cowboy. I don't like red cowboy hat. I don't know how to describe this movie, but suffice it to say, at the end, the Salman Rushdie is killed with the aid of, quite literally, a flying Quran still on a pedestal that shoots laser beams.
That's very.
And then Salman Rushdie melts. And then Salman Rushdie melts literally the exact same way as, like, the Nazis in Indiana Jones. Like, I'm not even kidding about that. The last 2 minutes of the movie are on YouTube, and it's totally worth the
really
watch.
Bizarre.
The last like 3 or 4 minutes of the movie are on YouTube, and it is hilarious. But it's in how bad. Like, this is the 70s. I'm not gonna fault them for like this, but like, this is bad for the 70s and 80s. Like, it's just generically
That's saying
terrible.
Because the 70s and 80s, especially when it came to the movies, were a little.
Actually, no. I think it was out in Actually, I think it was the 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Which makes it even worse. Like, this is a, like, it was a huge budget, like, Bollywood style film though. Like, this wasn't like, I think it was like $60 million budget. It was insanity. And it's this absolute hunk of trash. But yeah, so like the movie that they were reviewing was called that Kent Hovind was featured in was called Science Falsely So Called, which was basically a Bible quote reference. And they said, "Hi, I'm Kent Hovind. I'm going to talk about out of half my mouth, but let me just drag myself over to this stuffed dinosaur and talk about how evolution is false." Which is basically the plot of the movie, unironically.
Unironically. So they were trying to make that the message, but then accidentally did.
Exactly. It is the amount of times they just like are, trying to make a point and then just absolutely faceplant is just great. But like even removing the fact that it's like a religious talking point from it, just like talking about the arguments themselves, like anybody who does debates would literally laugh at the quality of the arguments they're using. Like, it's bad. Like, it is the, like, this is the film that is shown in the class How Not to Debate 101.
Oh no.
Like,
oh no.
It is just littered.
That's
with,
really bad.
Basically, if you name a fallacy, it's probably in this film. Like, it's that bad.
Don't do this.
It is the textbook. This is how not to win an argument. But it apparently was good enough to put on YouTube.
Oh no.
But yeah, it's suffice it to say, yeah, they are. Yeah, they don't make it easy because they don't make it easy because I have to say the same shit all over again, all like over and over and over again. But like, it's funny because I get to laugh with people who like can see the fact that this is obviously the 12th time in a row I've said this. So they're like, you really need to get a better job, and I'm less like, yeah, I know. But it hurts me physically sometimes, but it's worth it because the watching people faceplant is fun to me, and that's probably why I watch videos of just people like terrible debates on YouTube as well. Because
so
maybe I'm like,
watch terrible things because you like watching people mess up.
I'm just wondering whether or not I have masochistic tendencies. All right, that's all I'm saying. Shut up.
Maybe. That sounds very likely. Especially if that's like your main source of entertainment. Yeah, probably.
Well, as somebody put it perfectly, I love watching people say, I just shit myself, but I'm keeping it in this YouTube video that I'm going to publish myself because it's awesome. You know, like, that's like, that's kind of the level of like bullshit that I'm at here in terms of what I like to watch.
To each their own. I ain't gonna.
Yeah, suffice it to say, I have a watch list. If thankfully it's a Spotify podcast as well, so it's like audio, so I can listen to it because the people who narrate about this make it tolerable because they're funny as hell. But it's just, yeah, don't search this out yourself. Just just save yourself.
I'll believe you and just listen to what you have to say about it instead of hunting down and then regretting it.
Just trust somebody who has lost brain cells hearing these arguments.
Got it.
Who has felt the brain cells die.
Okay, sacrifice your brain cells. Got it.
Because like this, yeah, but it's fun at a point because it's like watching people just get knocked down and get back up. But like you have to be a special kind of absolute masochist to put yourself through this.
Oh, now you're admitting it rather than just saying that you might.
All right, you're a kind of masochist. You might not be a full blown, but like you hate yourself in some way. Like
no, that's not what that means.
No, no. If you're watching this shit voluntarily, you deep down have some problems that you need to work through. So like, you need to figure out who hurt you in the first place. That's kind of the level we're at, you know. Like, somebody hurt you, and you need to figure out who.
PTSD issues.
But anyway, you are doing archaeology, huh?
I'm doing my daily, so I'm kind of jumping around the map right now. Just finished the archaeology stuff, and now I'm jumping around to rune crafting. Fun stuff. So fun. But I haven't done freaking RuneScape. Well, okay, rephrase. I haven't streamed RuneScape in a while, but I have been doing RuneScape pretty much every day.
Yeah, I've logged in every single day to do my keys and, if needed, do the traveling merchant. But beyond that, probably haven't actually sat down and done a lot of gameplay in 3 months, maybe.
Yeah, you're not the only one. I think right before Fresh Worlds launched, everybody was already burnt out.
Yeah, and then they're like, "Hey, we launched Fresh Start Worlds," and I'm like, "Great, I don't care. You made it so that way the login, I literally have to select a fucking world because you're a dipshits who
Yeah,
can't
the
program properly.
automatic, yeah. Yeah,
Like,
after I updated the app, now it's starting to do that to me, so
like it's starting to make me want to sign up for Fresh Start Worlds
that's
just to
why they do
stop
it.
the message.
That's why they do it. Don't fall for it. That's
God
why they
damn
do
it!
it.
I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet. I'm gonna hold off,
Oh
and
my
I'm gonna
gosh.
resist myself.
And at this
I'm going to
point,
resist.
there is no point. Like, it would just make more sense to wait until the next Fresh Worlds because you would be too behind to actually get up in any of the charts anyway.
Yeah,
So there's no
it's not
point.
worth it.
There's no point.
And besides, I'm not a leaderboard guy, and I don't have the time or the brain cells to dedicate to literally
And you were
running
already
through
worn
and
out before that. So what's the point of grinding more on
yeah,
something that you don't really care that much
DXP's
about anyway?
ruined me as a human being. I hate to break it to you.
Yeah, I started ignoring DXP. I'm here for the yak track, and I'm way behind. But hey, that's all I'm here for.
Wait, where are you in the act track?
Don't judge me. I'm so behind. I'm not gonna make it. Oh my gosh, 10 days left and I'm only on 23.
Yeah, you're fucked.
I know. Well, what's even suckier is that these rewards are really lame because they'll have like 5 or more in a row where the only thing that it is like 1 or 2 rewards and all it is protein packs or stars or lamps, and that's it for like 5 in a row.
Oh yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
the last yak tracks before this, and it's also upping the level on the skill and kill where it's like every, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 or so, they're like going up 10 more, so it's taking longer. So if I was to
Yeah.
calculate this out, one skill and kill consistently staying on one task
It's every
every
3 minutes what it
yeah,
triggers. So
yeah, every 3 minutes, I think it would be about, let's see, 70, that's technically an hour and 10 minutes, divide by
no,
3
3 hours and
minutes.
10 minutes.
No, 70. No.
Because 60 minutes in an hour.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was about to calculate. Yeah,
So
yeah.
210,
Yeah.
so that's 3.5
Yeah,
hours.
because you got to times it by 3. Yeah. So am I going to spend 3.5 hours of my life, or 3.5 hours of 50 hours? So 3.5 times 50, that's a lot of freaking hours. They made this one a little bit
why
too
wouldn't
hard.
you?
Yeah, why wouldn't I? Because everybody's already way too tired from all the grind of everything else lately. So this.
See, what I do is I buy the 10 bond pack, use 8 of the bonds to get the things. I do 8 of the first 10. I use the 2 free ones to get the last 2, and then I skip the rest of them, get the rewards, and I still have 2 bonds left over that I can sell for profit.
Nice, very smart. Yeah, I don't
Stonks.
like using real life money. Because then, I mean, I'm already using real life money on the premium. So, like, to use more than that, I feel like they're scamming me at that point.
I buy Premier Club, so.
Yeah.
I pay once a year. I get $80 for a fucking year of subscription. Actually, I think it's 60 now.
No, yeah.
I think they brought it down.
It should be cheaper. I can't remember how much I paid. It was around Christmas, but it was a really good deal. Because, duh, that's what Premier is.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Honestly, I love Premiere.
It's amazing.
There's
it really is.
Really amazing things, but I just don't want to spend real life money on other things because then at that point, then I feel like for sure I'm getting scammed because it's like a little bit here, a little bit there. They're really, really sneaky.
I know that's part of the reason why I stopped playing Star Trek Online, like back when I actually did, because I was like, this is getting to the point. Oh my God. Okay.
Aww.
It was terrible.
Bad.
So
that ruins
let's
the
put it
game.
this way. So I was the first person, literally the first person on Twitch or YouTube to stream the new update back when they released the temporal characters. That because the main game takes place in the year 2409 or 2410, like, which is about 30 years after Next Generation in the timeline. So the 40 years, excuse me. So the temporal character starts in the original series timeline, time era, and then you basically get transported to the modern era as like a special temporal agent. You know, that's a whole thing that happened, but whatever. So I don't feel like rehashing the whole fucking story of the game.
You're good.
But what happened was they released a bundle, you know, with a bunch of the temporal ships, and it was, you know, $300 worth of ships for $100. It's like, well, say less. I mean, they're really good ships because at the time I made a calculator to calculate based on which armor modules you added to your ship. It would calculate how much damage resistance, and it's not a linear thing. It's a curve. Like, if you had infinity in terms of the number that it says, like, plus so much, photonic resistance, that's 75%. It is literally a bell curve. Not a bell curve. A logarithmic growth. Like, it is a pretty complicated formula, and I went through and I basically did everything. I made that.
Nice.
And then, yeah, like, I was committed. And then they came out and, like, so this bundle was out, and it's like, I knew the ships, and I knew how to read ship stats, and I'm like, this is actually really fucking good. Like, this is genuinely some of the best ships in the game. The Temporal Dreadnought was unreal in how good it was. So then they released another ship, which was some premium-y type thing. I don't fucking remember. I can't be bothered. But it was something really bad, and it was like 2 months later. And it basically took this ship, this Temporal Dreadnought, took it behind the barn and just absolutely beat the shit out of it.
Aww.
Like, it literally, my build that I had spent a significant amount of money from what I had gotten from this pack, as it gave you some in-game currency. I had spent a significant amount of that on getting components specifically tailored to this build.
Yeah.
And all of that was just absolutely just shit-packed with one update.
So they just made it too easy for everybody now, and no one has to put in as much effort as you did.
No. They made it more expensive, and this new ship absolutely would wreck anything I tried to build with this ship 100% of the time. Like, I stood zero chance at competition.
Sad.
Like, it was that bad.
Man. Things like that make me think that, like, only those who have a lot of time and a lot of money on their hands will ever win at those
Exactly,
games.
Yes. That's why I left, is because I was like, this system... I didn't know about predatory MTX at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know about predatory MTX at the time. I was a fucking idiot. Like, I just knew, well, they just took all of my hard work and wrecked it, so that's the perspective that I came from, and it's like, well, why the hell should I support you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't care about me and the money and time that I spent. Like, that spreadsheet that I created was featured by the creators, because it was like, oh, this is like a creator highlight type of thing.
Cool.
And then they turn around and they just basically take that and shove it right in my face and say, yeah, no, fuck what you'd have. Fuck anything that you want to do. Like, not even me directly, but just, like, towards the consumer. I was like, this is terrible. People who bought this bundle are now completely going to be shit-packed in anything. And, yeah, that's not cool. And that's why I left, is because I just couldn't deal with I didn't want to deal with the predatory bullshit anymore. And I was like, this is terrible. So, yeah, that's the story of how I left Star Trek Online.
And
a game that I absolutely adored for years.
There's unfortunately a lot of games like that now. And honestly, sometimes the companies don't even realize that they're being predatory about it. They're just thinking, okay, what's our next goal? What can we do?
Herder stonks, that's... Yeah.
They're
going herder stonk price. That's what it is.
Right. Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's the problem, is, especially, like I've been over this with Carlisle, like, when the investors call the shots because they want to increase the stock price, the game as a whole in the round
as soon
suffers.
As they start chasing money instead of community leaves. And
community dies. It doesn't just leave. Like, the community doesn't just leave. The community that's left absolutely dies completely and totally. And that's the thing that needs to be pointed out.
Yeah.
Is
it's not just people leaving and then, I'm going to find a different game. They're bad bashing it. They're talking to other people about it.
Yeah.
They ruin their reputation.
Yeah, and any other game, like, this doesn't apply to Jagex, but any other games that are developed by that company, they get a bad rap too, just because the company is a bad company. They're like, I'm not going to play that game either.
You lose trust when you don't focus on community.
So, anyway. Serious talks.
And they deserve it, because if they're not going to focus on the
100%.
people that they're making it for, and they're just doing it for the money,
Why should they care?
Every single
Why should
time.
they care back? Yeah.
You know, it's interesting though, because hi Navy, how you doing? Formulation wise, if they were to switch that, they could be successful in both. If they focus only on the community, then the money will just come naturally, because that's just what happens with good communities and people that they trust. The
communities that genuinely recognize that what they are paying for is good, and what they're paying for is beneficial to their experience, but isn't overwhelmingly beneficial to their experience. That's the balance.
Or doesn't make them grind.
Yeah, exactly. Like, for example, locking Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker behind a paywall, because reasons. EA in Battlefront, apparently.
Baby Yoda now too. And are they just doing it for the money?
I was thinking Star Wars Battlefront 2, apparently.
Yeah, we're not just talking about one thing. We're kind of talking about a little bit of everything. But it started with like RuneScape and the grind.
And they are just doing it for money. Prostitution.
Like all of the other, technically, but even
actually, no.
Even prostitution though, because they get worn out. It's not something you can keep up forever. It does die off. It's not something.
And that's not even just talking about, as you get older, it's becomes harder to look good. No, not even talking about that.
Emotionally, I'm talking about the business
itself,
the
burnt
trust.
The fuck out.
Yeah, every aspect. Any business that focuses on money instead of community will fail. Flip that formula around.
100%.
They absolutely will succeed. It's interesting how that works. That, hey, if you actually care about people, they care about you too. What do you know?
Yeah. I mean, case in point, Hello Games with No Man's Sky. I mean, they cared about the community, but they were pressured by the publishers. And then, the launch was obviously a absolute wreckfest, but they put their heads down and they cared about the community and they fixed the game for free, released free patches, released free updates, free DLCs for the game they patched it up, they released DLCs, and apparently now it is super popular.
I mean, duh, because they were trying to do their best to actually help. And that's actually something else that a company can do that shows that, well, not only that they're trustworthy, but they actually care about the community, is if they're doing more things for free than they are to get money, it's eventually just going to work around in their favor too, in more ways.
Yeah.
All the ways we've mentioned before.
Yeah. There was a company, I forget what they did, but like what they did was they had a model where basically they would have they would release a DLC for free, which was effectively like 65% of the features of an upcoming DLC for free, and then they would release a paid DLC that has a few extra things in addition to that. So effectively, that tied into the free DLC. So like you didn't have to have the paid DLC to play the game, but you could still do without it, and you would still be really good. That's how you do free versus paid DLC. Is you have kind of DLC that ties in. Also, hello, Ticket.
Hello. That's Navy.
Oh, hey, Navy.
Same person. Wait, quick question before I do this. This large cash bag. I think I need to actually look this up and see if this is worth.
I think it's about 500K usually. Large cash bags.
Huge is anywhere from $1 million to
What's the
cap? I think it's like 500 to 750, something in that ballpark.
Okay, that's not worth it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and get the.
So I agree with what you said earlier, by the way, when you flipped the script about the whole money thing.
Yeah.
The reason why is because in recruiting, for me, because I'm a Navy recruiter, the moment that I stopped focusing on selling a product and focused on the people, I tripled and quadrupled my numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. Like
that one hurt.
Oh, what'd you do?
Ow! I just stabbed my finger with a Lego. Yeah.
Why did you do that? Obviously, I'm teasing you.
Because I'm a dumbass. That's why.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
How's the clan doing?
It's not. It's dead. It's gone. So
You're
it's...
not. Are you still in it?
Oh, you're talking about the clan that I'm in right now. My bad. For some reason, I thought you were talking about the clan that I started, and I was like, I am not in charge of that clan anymore. That is gone. My
No, no,
bad.
no. I'm talking
You were
about the one
talking
that you
about the
invited
one
me
that
to
you and
that I
I were
got
part
kicked
of.
from.
My bad. I still can't
Wait, you
figure
got
out
kicked from the
why.
clan? What the fuck did you do?
Nothing. I even looked through all the Discord messages and like can't find
Apparently,
anything.
from what one of the admins told me, is I made some people feel uncomfortable, and I literally said, "I'm sorry that you guys are a bunch of snowflakes."
That's
I
not
mean, that didn't help. I mean, that
something that
that didn't
people
help
would
your case. That
normally...
statement. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. You know,
But
I'm,
still,
I'm
No, no,
not.
that's
no.
not...
I'm not
I
saying
didn't
I'm
even
sorry. Your
intentionally.
ex is not. That doesn't help your
Yeah,
case.
I need
But
to
you
hear
know,
more of the story because honestly, something like that wouldn't be enough for a ban. Maybe a warning,
yeah,
but not like an instant get out of here.
like,
No, no, no.
like,
It was literally like I woke up the next morning and I was removed from the clan and I was banned from the Discord.
Yeah, I can't figure out
what?
why. Like, I was offering, as you can see, like the message where the costume contest for RuneScape, that is still a thing, by the way. Get your entries in. But I had
Oh, and
offered to the
check the
clan, I was like, hey, I'm doing this contest already. Do y'all want to join? And then a bunch of personal things started happening. I was like, sorry, I'm gonna have to pull out and not be able to host anymore. And they're like, that's fine, that's okay. And like they've all been working with me, and like it's a very understanding, like they're not judgmental at all. They're like here to help. They're like, okay, go ahead and vent if you need to. Like the so far the people I've talked to are like really nice. So that's why I cannot put two and two together on
See,
why
I
I
avoid the
didn't
problem.
warn you first.
Yeah, I avoid the problem entirely. I just don't talk at all.
Yeah.
Hey, honestly though, my new clan that I'm in now, oh my gosh.
Do you love them?
Oh yeah.
Yay! I'm happy. Good. I'm happy you
And
found another
and you know
clan.
and you know the reason why?
Why?
Because they're those people that they know that they're PVM elitists.
Uh-huh.
However, they're one of those, I'm gonna shit on you, but I'm gonna help you.
Oh.
Yeah. See, that. Oh yeah, like that's the good kind of elitist. But I have only really had experience with the bad kind of elitist, who are like, I deal with them a lot. You know, I have friends who are, let's just say, they rarely have anything nice at all to say about Intel. They are the ultimate AMD fanboys. Like, they still to this day claim that AMD is the underdogs. Which, side note, no, the fuck they aren't. Intel is now technically the underdog, but moving on. So like, yeah, they are like steadfast. AMD is revolutionizing it, and like then they released a product that's, you know, like Intel releases a product, and they're like, well, AMD is going to respond, and then it's like, I really don't know how. Like, I have tried to reason with them, but like the thing is, one of them was searching for or a friend was searching for a budget build for a computer, and you know, Intel has a processor called the i3. It's the i3 12100. It's about $125. AMD has nothing even close to that in terms of price. It's all way more than that. And I'm like, oh yeah, this processor is really good. It's, you know, it's cheap, but it's good clock speed. It's good. Blah, 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 blah. This motherfucker comes in and just starts like saying, oh, it's an Intel. You know, AMD's always better. It's like, yes, but when you have a $600 budget, you can't spend $300 on a fucking processor. You know, like,
I went like the ultimate budget build for my portable, and I literally just bought the Acer Predator Helios laptop off of Amazon
yeah,
for like $1,200.
yeah. I have actually, as my travel laptop, I have a Gigabyte travel laptop. And my main computer though it's like $1,600. I got on a deal. It was like 3070, I think it is. 300 hertz monitor. It's amazing. But my main build is full custom water loop, two 360mm rads, full Corsair RGB water blocks and pump and everything. Corsair RGB fans, 12900K Intel, 3080 Ti graphics card, 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. Like, this thing's like $8,500. I got the 1600 watt power supply from Corsair specifically so the fans wouldn't turn on. I didn't need the power limit. I just wanted it so that way the fans wouldn't go, because power supply fans have kind of been notoriously loud. So I think that it turns on for about a second when the computer starts up, but that's before the firmware loads. And then once the firmware loads, it's like, oh, okay, we'll turn it off. And so basically, however many times I've turned on, that's basically how many seconds the fan's been on in the power supply. It's really, really nice to have a quiet computer.
The two things you should never skimp out on when you're building a PC or
power supply, motherboard.
Yep, those are the key two things that you should never skimp out on.
Yeah, because if you do, congratulations, you just created a bomb. Unironically.
This time we mean it literally.
I literally mean a bomb, like literal bomb.
Oh, you guys want to hear a good one?
Yes.
Gigabyte power supplies?
No, so
oh, sorry. I thought you said you want to hear a good joke? Gigabyte makes power supplies that are like no. There was a thing where apparently Gigabyte power supplies literally would catch fire.
So the funny thing that happened recently, I was playing on my coffee table with my laptop, my $1,200 laptop.
Yeah. I
had my drink on probably about 3 or 4 feet away from my laptop.
This isn't going to be very funny, is it? I'm already scared.
Pretty appreciable distance away from my laptop, right? 3 or 4 feet, if it knocks over, I can easily pick up the laptop. Crisis.
Yeah.
But
my kid decides to run up to to the coffee table and yeet my drink across the entire coffee table.
Oh no.
The entire can of soda went across my keyboard.
Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
My entire laptop said hello and then goodbye and went black screen.
No.
Oh.
You ready for the good news?
It's working?
I had insurance on it. I sent it to them. Didn't know this about my laptop, but it has a drip tray between the keyboard and all of the circuitry in the bottom of it.
Cool.
Get the fuck out. Really? Wow.
Dead ass, bro. Dead ass. They literally pulled the keyboard off.
You just drip it back into your cup and you just go ahead and drink it.
No. So I sent it in. I was like, this shit's insured. I'm not touching it. I'm gonna send it in. I'm not touching it.
Smart.
So I'm gonna start streaming because I want to show you this on a Discord, not Twitch. Don't worry. Let me turn on my camera here. Okay,
I don't mind if it's on Twitch, by the way, because we could use multi-stream and then have it so then both of our streams are showing next to each other and then people can see both.
No, I don't have my Twitch set up or OBS right now. So
this literally sounds like if you show me yours, I'll show you mine.
Oh my gosh! No.
So the Gigabyte Aorus Eagle. Right there, it's kind of blurry. Focus, camera, focus. Anyway, so this thing's actually like genuinely awesome. Like I love it. It's like a 3070, 200, like I said, 240 hertz monitor, no, 300 hertz monitor. Excuse me. But the thing is, there's the cooling solution. All of this is vents, and all of that is vents, and that's a vent, and that's a vent.
Hey, did I mention this laptop?
The more vents, the better.
Literally nothing but airflow in this thing. It is amazing.
Awesome.
You can see the motherboard through it. You can see the fans. There's one there and one there. I think one for CPU, one for GPU. Like, hey, it's awesome. Yeah, what's up?
It's all right. Did I mention it has vents?
What is it? You mentioned what?
It's like, did I mention it has vents?
Yeah. Did I mention that this... Hey, it's vented.
Look at this.
I was trying to make a joke like it's ribbed for pleasure in there somewhere, but like I couldn't figure it out.
Too late now.
Oh Lord! Oh no! Oh no, Step Bro! I'm stuck.
Oh God! But the best part about this laptop is if I do this one to allow me.
It's a nice chair.
The best part is I saw your boxers.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Did you like them?
I didn't see because I wasn't looking.
Oh, they also aren't boxers.
Friends like walk back up to the camera, please.
No. I was eyeballing the
in case you're wondering,
bar and the chair.
No, I wear briefs, and also these are my sleep pants because I took a shower after the gym after dinner. So I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'll just.
Kronos is like, ha! Not my boxers.
No, this is the power brick. 230 watt supply.
Nice.
For a laptop.
Man, I hope my husband pops into chat soon because he loves computer builds.
Yeah.
He does this for a hobby.
Oh, by the way, I bought a phone.
That's a good thing, right?
It literally just released. It is the Asus Zenfone 9.
Oh, Navy, where'd you go?
Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh,
We offended him. Just kidding.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Are you going to show us your phone?
No, it hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just telling you that I bought a phone.
Got it. So what's so nifty and new about this phone that's different from other phones?
So unlike this phone that I have currently, this piece of crap LG Q7 Plus, the Bluetooth works.
Oh no. The Bluetooth doesn't work on your current phone?
No, it's busted.
Sorry.
But nah, it's fine. It had a good life. But the thing is, it has the latest Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is literally the newest processor that they have. So it is the newest and best, which is awesome. It was $800, which is about half the cost of a comparable Samsung.
Yeah, that's actually not too bad.
And unlike Samsung, they don't put ads into the built-in apps.
Yeah, that's a good
point. Because Asus aren't total scumbags.
I didn't even know that Asus built phones. That's how behind I am on keeping up with technology.
So they have a series called the
Actually, I'm so behind on technology. Forever I called Asus Jesus because I had no idea. When everybody was saying that, I thought that it started with a J, and I thought that everybody was just saying it with an accent, like yeah.
Anyway. Oh, like Jesus, yeah.
Yep, exactly like that.
No,
I had
but
no idea. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So they are so they have the Zenfone series, which is their kind of professionally series. That's the one that I bought though. Which, by the way, this has two cameras. It's a wide and ultra wide. Well, standard and an ultra wide camera. Nice. But the standard camera is awesome. Apparently, these cameras are huge. Like the apertures on the case are huge because what happens is but they have a literal physical 6-axis gimbal, 3 axes rotation, and then 3 axes of tilt in terms of stabilization, like physical stabilization.
I don't.
So it's like,
don't
what
know
exactly
the fuck? What that means. I wish.
What
I
that means is that. Yeah, what that means is that when you if you're, let's say you're walking down the street. And your phone's bouncing because you're bouncing a little bit, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, so it's got stabilization for the sake of
you would just see
like a movie.
You would only see the slight translational up and down. You wouldn't see it go tilt up, tilt down, tilt up, up down in terms of tilt. You would just see it in terms of the slight up and down movement.
Okay, so auto adjust. That's cool.
Yeah, this is apparently, reviewers have said it's on par with professional auto gimbals that you can hold your phone with. It's nice. Really good.
And probably way cheaper.
God. Well, the phone as a whole is $800.
Yeah, which is not bad for a phone.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
So, yeah, and they also have another. This is also IP68 water resistant, which is the best. The 6 refers to the drop resistance, and the 8 refers to the water resistance. Basically, what it means, I think, is waterproof down to, I think, 1.5 meters or 2 meters or something like that, and drop is basically 3 meters or something it's something ridiculous like that. And I'm gonna get a case too, just because. But my phone is IP68. I've never had a problem with it. So they have another series, which is the ROG phone. This is gamer, whole gamer aesthetic. It's got a literal screen on the back, that can show notifications and things. The ROG Phone 6,
cool.
Which is the latest generation, has the same chipset. Mm-hmm. The only real benefit is the fact that you can get 512 gigs of internal storage rather than 256. But I'm coming from 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage on this device, so 256 is palatial compared to what I have. So but the best part is it's it's 16 512. There's also an 18 gig 512 version, which technically the chipset only supports 16, which means that there's some little bit of fuckery going on there that I'm not entirely sure how it works, but it works.
Yeah.
So what happens is that is the new thing, and so that's the ROG Phone 6 Pro has the 18 gigs, but the Pro also has the little screen on the back, but the ROG Phone 6 non-Pro, the normal, just has like a LED display, like an LED matrix in the Asus logo on the back of it. But it's still the same kind of thing. It'll ping if like you get a notification or a call or whatever, like it lights up and things.
I don't think I've ever seen a phone like that. So when it comes in, let me know, and like I want to see, because
I can send you a picture right now. They've released pictures.
Sure. Yeah, because like
so the ROG Phone 6 Pro.
I'm not sure if I'm imagining it correctly.
Oh, yeah, so the ROG Phone 6 Pro is only available in white.
Okay.
But the ROG Phone 6 normal is
new, because they don't care about different colored variations yet.
Yeah. So this picture actually has all three. It has a white, regular, white, black, regular, and the white Pro, which are the three color options available. There are some slight design differences you'll see, but let me copy image. Yep, I'm going to post it in voice chat text. So there we go.
I'm pretty sure Navy lost internet because he not only left the Discord, but he left the Twitch too. Like
Twitch as well.
Exact same time.
Yeah. So that's the center one is the Pro, and then the two outboard ones are the regulars.
It looks so futuristic.
I know, right? Like, so the central one that is a screen. It like has programmed like graphics that will display it. The outdoor ones, those are like holes cut in a piece of like through see-through holes in the back plastic or whatever, and there's LEDs behind it. So it's just illuminates the logo. It doesn't actually, change shape.
Got it.
Unlike the center one.
Got it.
But other than that, and there's like the slight design differences in terms of the diagonal cuts and things. But aside from that, they're mostly the same outside of the RAM and configurations. Like the Pro is only 512 18 gig. The outer ones could do like 12 256, 16 256, and 16 512. There's the multiple different configurations available, but the problem with it is IPX4 rating. What that means is, before I say that, the ROG Phone 6 and 6 Pro have a 6,000 milliamp hour battery, which is a lot more than I think the 4300 of the Zen phone, and it's actually two small 3,000 milliamp hour batteries on each end, so it's balanced left to right because it's a gaming phone, right? It's designed for gaming. It actually is compatible with there's like controller add-on you can get for it. It's fucking insane. But and there's a literal like cooler that you can clip on. Like here's a picture of it. Let me copy image.
Wait, it's a cooler for what? Like your drink, or do you mean a cooler for keeping the phone?
For the phone.
Huh. So it's basically like a mini laptop.
And it has triggers on the side, and also the ROG phone also has a side-mounted USB-C port, so you can like use it like a controller with the cable out the top.
Cool.
So it's made for gamers, but the only problem is IPX4 water resistance, or water and drop resistance, which means no drop resistance and indirect and like splash, minor splash only. That's the price you pay for those screens, and the ability to have this controller.
So not water.
I am careful with devices. I am not taking that chance.
Yeah.
Like, that's how big of a deal that is. Like, I am not willing to take that chance. That's how bad it is. And especially, that thing, the flagship, the ROG 6 Pro, is like $1,300.
That mount on the back is pretty cool. That doesn't look like a cooler though.
Yeah, there's a fan in there. It's powered by like a kind of like a wireless charging thing, because this can do wireless charging. The Zen phone actually can't do wireless charging, which is fine. I don't need wireless. I have a USB-C cable anyways. But for my current phone, I have a USB-C cable. I can just use the same thing with a fast charger. But it's the fact that it literally just uses the wireless charging thing, like the reverse charge type of functionality, to power this thing. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
That's pretty cool.
And it has built-in software to control it and things like that as well. It's got a better screen than the ROG Phone 5, but it's vaguely.
Does the screen kind of like make it look like it's like wider than it actually is by kind of almost like wrapping around the corners? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, it's not a wraparound like that
Okay.
S7 Edge or whatever it was back in the day.
Yeah.
But it was still a
G9, G10, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was one of those that had like the Edge version that had the rounded edge that you could look at. But
yeah.
The thing is, another thing, the Zenfone 9 is literally the same size as this phone. It's about 445 pixels per inch in terms of density.
Mm-hmm.
It's about, I think, 48 pixel taller screen.
Uh-huh.
Compare that to what the ROG Phone 5, or ROG Phone 6, which is like a full like inch bigger diagonal.
Yeah, harder to fit in the pocket.
But basically the same resolution, so it's a lot lower pixel density.
Oh, because the screen is more stretched out.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So it's the same vertical it's the same 1080 1080 pixels wide, but it's a wider screen overall, so you could probably see the pixels a lot easier. Like, I can barely make out pixels on this screen, so anything lower pixel density than this is pretty much out of the question.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's 442 on the ROG versus 445 on this, but like, that's effectively the same dimensions. I'm not worried about that. It's when you go from like 445 to 390. That's when I would be able to tell.
Got it.
So it's yeah, those two things kind of killed it for me, and I'll put up with the smaller battery, but because I'm not a gamer, I'm buying it specifically because I want it to last for 6 years.
Right. Spend more to make sure that it actually is.
Yeah.
What's the right word?
Like I did with this computer. Like this computer will probably last me 5-6 years.
Travis,
that's the goal.
He's talking about a new phone he got, Travis.
Yeah.
Making sure he gets one that lasts.
So yeah, suffice it to say, as a recommendation to Travis, if you're looking for a phone and you're looking at the latest like Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, Zenfone 9, not ROG Phone 6. That's the point I'm trying to make. Those are Asus's, obviously.
What's it called? The
voice chat channel in the Discord.
Voice chat. I was gonna say general chat, and like general chat is not the right one.
Yeah.
The voice chat.
Those are of the ROG Phone 6, but yeah, suffice it to say, if you want something that'll actually last, Zenfone 9, not ROG 6. I just buy a phone that can call on text. You are like my aunt. She literally had a fucking flip phone.
Yeah. I mean, if it works, it works.
The only reason she got a smartphone is because she went down to Disney with my brother, and they had to use the pass apps, which apparently there were a lot of, surprisingly. Like, there were a lot of like phone passes, but
you have to use the phone version.
Well, it was either that or, like
a QR code.
Deal with a bunch of bullshit like the wristbands and making sure that So apparently the phones are a lot easier to work with. So
well, because they're tagged
iPhone 7
trustworthy because you can't fake it as easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that kind of stinks that she got a phone just for the sake of that.
Yeah,
but, I mean,
she was mad about the fact that she couldn't transfer her track phone minutes from her flip phone to her smartphone because they're different. They're fundamentally different plans.
Yeah. Ooh, don't break stuff now.
And I should know, I actually had a track phone flip phone back when I was at community college, which was what happens is if you use data, it just uses minutes, and texts are like a quarter of a minute, and data is a specific number of minutes per gigabyte or whatever. So like
that makes sense, Travis. Because okay, flip
iPhones
for you
wouldn't
work. Because if you're
what I will say is this:
photography, then flip phone is not gonna work for you.
What I will say is this: up until the S20 Ultra, iPhones have always been the premier in terms of cameras on phones, because the S20 Ultra was the one that had like the 100 megapixel camera as the main cam. Like, it was unreal how high of a resolution that camera was. It was really, really good camera too, though. Like, but up until then, iPhones were the camera or the phone if you wanted a good camera on the phone. Like, they were that good. So, yeah, suffice it to say, your iPhone 7 is perfectly fine for photos and calling and texting. So
6
I mean,
ads?
iPhones still are. I mean, outside of like the Samsung Ultras, outside of the Samsung Ultras, iPhones are still basically the best cameras on the market, bar very few exceptions.
What do you mean by 6 ads? What ads? Ads with 2 Ds in
Oh,
them.
Twitch ads, I think.
Conditions? Oh no! Well, thank you for letting me know beforehand. Goodness sake. I'm gonna say this in chat. Sorry. I keep thinking I'm fixing it, and then I didn't fix it. Like, I'll move it around to where it's like less at this point, and then more at this point, or vice versa, or like even it out, and it's still it's just it's bashing people, and it sucks.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I just actually read the banner at the top of your screen. Yes, I tuned in without reading it initially.
Oh, you're good. You're good. That's why I have it on a loop. So then, if you accidentally don't see it first, you'll see it eventually.
But I you know, I'm doing something kind of Halloweeny myself. I'm playing with a friend who doesn't have the game, or the computer to play it. I'm playing.
Well, then how are they gonna?
No, I'm playing Batman Arkham Knight.
Ooh, fun!
Have you ever played the Arkham games?
No, I know very little about them, but anything that has to do with DC, like, is always going to intrigue me because usually their storylines are really good.
Basically, oh god,
and the voice acting and the graphics, depending on the DC.
Legitimately,
the graphics are usually pretty good for DC.
I am not a superhero guy at all. Like, I am the furthest thing from a superhero guy you can imagine.
But
Arkham Knight, specifically Knight. That's the only one I've played, but I've been meaning to play the rest of them. It's the last of the Arkham games in the storyline. It is one of the best games I have ever played. I say that with complete seriousness. It is an unbelievable game.
Really good storyline?
Yes. So, the storyline, it started off at playing as like the first scene that you have control is you're playing a police officer in a diner downtown Gotham. Mm-hmm. And, you know, a guy comes up to you and says, there's a guy smoking in the corner booth. So you go over and then you tap him on the shoulder and say, excuse me, there's no smoking. And then he turns around and he's like a fear creature, right?
Oh, creepy.
And then he basically gasses you with fear toxin because Scarecrow, you know.
Yeah.
So what happens is you know, experience fear kind of thing, and then it's fun. Hysteria. It's a really good sequence, really good sequence. Then it cuts to the news coverage of it, and the perception from they show the security camera footage, quote unquote, and it's completely different from what you experienced because, you know, it was you playing as a police officer experiencing it.
Yeah.
And so then Scarecrow comes on a citywide broadcast and says, "This demonstration used just 5 ounces of my latest toxin. Tomorrow, this will seem like child's play. This is your one warning." And then the word "run" flashes on the screen. And then the entire city, it shows the evacuation and people trying to climb onto buses and getting ripped off because they're trying to bust through the line.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to the people left are just all like the criminals and the thugs, you know. And so then it cuts to, you know, a police officer basically, you know, you hear a gunshot and then a police officer falls on the ground, and the camera pans up and there's Two-Face and Penguin, Cobblepot there, and Penguin goes, "Gotham's finest," and he's got his monocle and a cigar and everything.
Of course.
And basically, it's you're and then you after all the cutscenes and everything, you take over as Batman, and the whole thing is, it basically is one night, and you basically stop him from setting off a fear toxin bomb in the city. And then you meet the Arkham Knight, who apparently knows everything about Batman, who knows how he thinks, but you don't know who he is, and you can't seem to figure it out. And I'm not going to spoil it because I would genuinely recommend
it, yeah.
Like, this game is pretty intense. Also, the Batmobile in the game.
Does it actually look sexy? Because that's the only reason I even love the Batmobile, is because it should look sexy, not clunky.
I play with one of the 1970s. There's a bunch of skins you can get. One of them is like Riddler themed, like black with like green question marks and everything. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. He's one of like the side missions, by the way, is the Riddler. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them. Hold on. Arkham Knight Batmobile. So, first of all, it's a really cool looking car. Genuinely. So here is... Oh, this is actually a model of it, but it actually does a really good job of showing the detail. So this is like a die-cast type model thingy, but... Oh. So that's the car. Now the wheels, by the way, all 4 wheels turn. So if you are stationary and then you hit left or right, like that. A or D, it'll literally turn you in place. It's really cool. But here's the thing, right? If on the PC, if you hold down the right mouse button, it activates battle mode. The 4 arms that hold the wheels fold out slightly to allow the wheels to rotate fully. It moves. It then goes from forward, backward, turn left, turn right to forward, backward, strafe left and right. Mm-hmm. And so if you turn the camera, the thing will turn. The camera will turn, but the vehicle will stay until you move, and then it will right to the camera. But this is actually the skin I use, the 1970s one. It also adds multiple weapons that come out of the top. Obviously, it won't let you use... It actually has a neutralizer cannon, because, Batman doesn't kill anybody. So it has a neutralizer for personnel, but you're fighting a bunch of unmanned tanks, so you can use the 60mm cannon. It is honest. So that's the normal skin. The skin that I use is this one, the 1970s themed. It's right here. It's like blue with yellow accents. It is genuine, and they like unironically have some of the best combat in the game. It is beautiful. Like, yeah. Suffice it to say, and then they're all like keep that up actually, because I'll show you the Arkham Knight Rattler drones. So the main drones are the Rattlers is the main one. There's also the Twin Rattler, which has 2 cannons. There's the Diamondback, which shoots like a shot of 3 in like a V type, of like a W type format. There's the Mamba drone, which shoots missiles, which you can use the Vulcan gun, like a machine gun to shoot down. There's the Cobra drones, which are really fun to deal with, because those are like... The Cobra drones have a cannon that could absolutely wreck your shit before you realize it. But they search for you. They have like a cone that you can see them searching. And you have to... So that's the Rattler drone. The Twin Rattler is that, but has 2 cannons. There's the Diamondback, which is here. That's the Diamondback. And then the Mamba is the missile launcher drone, which is there. The Cobra is this is also a big fucker. It's huge. Yeah, but so that's the Cobra that you have pulled up there. The one above that is the Mamba. But the Cobra drones, you have to sneak up behind them, and then you see little like targeting reticles slowly shrink. And then when it gets to the smallest, you fire the 60mm cannon, and it blows the tank up. So you have to actually stealth with these things. It's awesome. And then if you destroy one of them, usually others get called in, and like you have to run. You basically have to shoot and scoot, because otherwise you're gonna have like 2 other tanks come in behind you and be like, "Hey." So that's always fun. But the vehicle combat, I think, is what makes this game. It's amazing. And then one of the boss tanks, I'm not going to say what exactly the purpose of it is, but suffice it to say, it's the Arkham Knight's personal tank. That cannon I can attest to the fact, that cannon, on the main cannon on that
thing's
3 hit...
enormous.
With
That's
all...
hunk.
So I had all of the armor upgrades for the Batmobile. 3 shots, I was dead. from that main canon.
Yeah.
It was concerning how fast.
That thing's a hunk. Jeez.
It's a fun, but honestly, like, it is some of the best game mechanics I've ever seen. And, you know, he plants explosives and things, and, like, there's, like road checkpoints that you have to defeat, and watchtowers that you have to disable, and there's appearances from several different people, several different famous characters. There's actually an expansion that adds Victor Freeze. Yeah, that's the Arkham Knight's personal tank there on the stream. But there's an expansion that adds Mr. Freeze, Killer Croc, Mad Hatter, and who is Ra's al Ghul, who is the head of the League of Assassins, and the Lazarus Pits. I've never seen the movie, so I can't tell you, but hey. Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting everything to exactly 99 before I continue. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, somebody actually created like a movie type of thing out of Arkham Knight and put it on YouTube. It's like 6 hours long. It's awesome. Yeah, basically just all the cutscenes, yeah. Oh, and I'm not gonna... So, okay, here's the thing. If you're gonna play the games or watch the thing, I didn't do this, and that's my mistake. Right at the beginning of the game, it gives you a spoiler as to what happened in a previous game.
Mm-hmm.
So I would play all the Arkham... There's a canonical order. I would play them in that order, because otherwise you would have details that would be missed.
That makes sense.
But
oh shoot, I'm like way behind you, Travis. I mean, I knew I was behind you, but now I really know I'm behind you.
let's just say that the first scene when you hit the start game button or new game button is a character, I will not say which one, being cremated.
Oh. Now I'm already going to start guessing who, even though you didn't say.
And it's to the tune of "I've got you under my skin. I've got you."
You're not doing a very good job with not spoiling things because these hints are a little too strong.
Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. So here's the thing, right? It says, "I've got you under my skin." That's the song, right? And it's a character being cremated.
Say, and then we're gonna figure out who it is. You'd be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it," but then you're like totally giving more hints, Mister.
No. Here's the thing: you have to figure out what character it is. I'm not gonna tell you. You have to ruin it for yourself.
But I'm not going to. I'm purposely not gonna try to think about it too hard because then it will be a spoiler and it will be your fault. Oh, he's louder than me? Okay, so someone said that last stream too, that apparently I'm like really quiet, but I'm not sure how that's happening.
It's because I have a deep voice that resonates.
Which is, yeah, that's actually a big possibility. Here, let me see.
It's like I had my second to last year in UNH. when I was in the dorm, I was having kind of a whispery. I was doing kind of like this. I was just kind of like talking, low because this is quieter than a whisper for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was talking with somebody like that, and of course the RA's room is right on the other side of the wall from the right on the other side of the wall from the lounge. She comes out and she's like,
"Oh no,
I don't know what
quiet.
you did, but could you, for fuck's sake, please keep it down?" And I'm like, this is me whispering. Like, what the fuck, bro?
Oops. Is
So that was
the
fun.
volume better now, Travis? I turned it up to 100. If it's not better after this, I can turn him down. But I think, excuse me, the problem with me being quiet is actually a worse problem than anything else. Because if I'm too quiet,
just turn me down and then
then I
turn your
need to
volume up.
find ways to.
Fuck it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm at 100, so if I'm still too quiet after this, I don't know how to fix it anymore. So that's why I'm like, I hope that fixed it. Here, let me go.
I'm just eating animal crackers from Disney.
Nom nom nom. Did you go to
They're
Disney
okay.
recently? I knew that you said that your aunt had to get a phone, but do both.
No, my aunt and my brother
Okay,
went.
let's
He
do
brought
both.
he brought me these back.
Oh, that was really nice of him.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
I had no interest in Disney. The only things I would go there for would be Splash Mountain and the tour of the underground facilities.
Wait, there's underground facilities? Wait, for which Disney? For California or
Florida?
Florida?
All over the place. Literally, like they would pop out of the ground, come out of the bushes, sweep something up, and then walk back into the bushes and disappear.
Oh, no, I did know that. It's just for the employees.
Yeah. Yeah, they give tours.
Travis, what did you do? Why did they ban you? What did you do? That's better? Okay, thanks, Puff. Yeah, just keep updating me on if it's better or not. Because if I still need to change levels somewhere, let me know. They got offended by me talking about hunting, but they aren't a vegan. Okay. That's a strange reason to ban someone still. Because whether you like the same things or not, it's not a good reason to ban someone. But alright then. If they're banning you for something like that, then they're not your community. You're fine. You don't need them.
Something I heard that was apparently I found really funny. There was a movie released by Ben Shapiro. It was about like school shootings, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. Literally, right at the beginning of the movie, there was a scene that actually caused the animal rights activist on staff, who was there for later in the scene with like hamsters or something, actually caused them to quit and threatened to go to the union because they were like, oh yeah, it was supposed to be them, shooting a deer. Here's the thing: they went out and actually shot an actual deer, which is technically a film union violation.
Yeah. I agree, Travis. If they already eat meat, then it's weird that they would be offended about.
I cannot live without my hamburgers. I'm sorry.
Yep. My steak.
I'm not as much of a big fan of steak as I am hamburgers. But what's really good though? No, what's really good? Like, this is awesome. You've had sloppy joes, right? Like, you like sloppy joes?
I don't have a good repertoire with sloppy joes because I grew up in a very poor school system, and so their sloppy joes were always really nasty and oily.
Yeah. So, here's what you do.
Yes, thank you, Travis. That is true.
Similar style. So, similar style, but what you do, you cook the ground beef, you maybe add a little salt and pepper, however, season to taste, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then you throw, like, a few slices of American cheese and melt it in.
Blah, you've already lost me. Blah.
Why?
Because American cheese tastes plasticky to me. Like, it has...
No, not Kraft singles. If you get the stuff from, like...
Okay.
If you go to, like... Where in the country are you? What region, may I ask? Not the state.
Do you need to know the time zone? Is that more helpful? I'm not sure.
Well, because if you say region. East Coast,
I'm in the middle. I'm right smack dab in the middle. I am Central Time Zone.
Okay. So,
get as visual as I can go.
What supermarkets do you have around you? Because you go to a supermarket.
Walmart, Dillon's.
Walmart isn't a supermarket. That's the best part about moving from lower to middle class is not having to shop at Walmart. So, but no,
Walmart technically is though, because they have groceries there.
See, you don't go to the refrigerated cheese section. You go to the deli counter.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like where you can get the custom sliced bologna and ham and whatever.
Yeah.
You get like the good American cheese, like Land O'Lakes sliced.
Okay.
So much better than the pre-packed, because the Land O'Lakes pre-packed is just like Kraft. It's kind of the oily.
Yeah.
The Land O'Lakes like fresh sliced is unbelievable comparison. Like it's good. It's still a little bit kind of, like it's not gonna be like cheddar or like Munster like levels, but like it's still good though. Like that's the thing about it. But you get that.
I think Travis disagrees with you, but that's okay. We could disagree.
It's okay. I can't force you to.
What would you do after adding the American cheese? Pepper, salt,
you melt it.
American cheese,
well,
melt the
cheese.
You
cook the beef, you season to taste, salt and pepper are common. Maybe like onion powder or whatever, up to you. However you do it. But then you just melt the cheese on. So you melt the cheese in, so it's basically this like beef and cheese like
Oh, that's
mixture.
Right. Travis is a professional like chef. I don't know why I keep forgetting this.
God.
Or rather, it's not me forgetting it. It's more of me like it's in the back of my mind and then it doesn't come to recollection.
See, Travis, you're missing the point. The
Wait,
point of this meal is that the point of this meal is that it's supposed to be cheap. That's the attraction of it.
This is good food for when you're trying to go cheap versus
or when you don't
good
feel
food
like
when
cooking,
you're spending money and time.
Yeah.
That
when
makes
you don't
sense.
feel like cooking a fucking when you don't feel like cooking a porterhouse, this is what you do.
Or heating up ramen.
Yeah, and you're above ramen but below porterhouse. This is what you do.
My po' boy. It's technically the wrong term, but just for the sake of going with the cheap genre we're going with here, my version of a hamburger is I don't even do buns. I do hamburger, melt sharp cheddar, not too sharp, but like mild sharp. That's the same thing, isn't it? Never mind. Anyway, continuing on. Melt the cheese. But it's shredded, not a square. So shred the cheese on, and then a tomato. Sometimes if I'm actually like not lazy, I'll dice the tomato.
Yeah.
And then if I'm not lazy, I'll caramelize some onions, and then that's my hamburger with no bun, just a hamburger and cheese and tomatoes and onions. And then if I'm feeling really fancy, peppers. But usually it's just hamburger, cheese, tomato.
See what you
and
do.
And then I cut it up with a fork.
this beef and cheese mixture is multi-purpose because you can either just serve it on a bun, or like on rolls or bread. Like you could be like a sloppy Joe style serving, right? Like just kind of it would get everywhere on the plate, but you just use a fork to eat up the rest. Or you can.
Or if it's on a paper plate, you just fold the paper plate and scoop it in.
Yeah. Or you can get Pillsbury dough, like the crescent roll things. You take two, because the crescent rolls are like the triangular shapes in the thing.
But you don't have to shape them that way. You could shape them
No, what
shapes.
You do is you keep two of them together. Yeah, you keep two of them together to make a rectangle. You flatten it out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, a little bit thinner. You put some in and then fold it over top and crimp it like a little pocket.
That sounds yummy.
And then you put it in the oven.
So you're making a hot pocket burger.
Well, no. You cook the beef and cheese beforehand, and then you only put it in the oven to heat up the beef again if you cook the beef and cheese earlier, and also to brown and cook the dough. That's the only reason you put it in the oven. So the beef is already cooked. So you don't need to worry about, meat food poisoning or anything. You just have to worry about cooking the dough.
That sounds super good, actually. Especially if you get the dough that's like the super buttery kind. Mm.
Yeah, and add a little bit extra butter with a brush or something. Just kind of a little bit extra butter on the dough. Just But it is so unbelievably simple, but it is so versatile, and also it is really fucking good. Travis, you should try this. I genuinely think you would like it. But it's like ground beef, by the way. It's ground beef, not like strip steak or anything like you get ground beef. If you want to be fancy about it, you get the grass-fed ground beef,
No, not that fancy. Nope, I'm good.
No, that's how you fancy it up, though. Like, you get the good ground beef.
They're all grass-fed.
No, actually, a lot of it is like a special feed.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, because like even alfalfa technically is like grass and hay and
No, it's like a
grains.
semi. It's not. It's like a processed feed is what a lot of these places do. So the grass fed does actually have a purpose.
Okay, so Travis, yes, it is cheap to make, but it takes a little longer for those of us who,
Yeah.
uh, let's be honest, it's not that I don't have time, it's just I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Let's be honest now.
Yeah.
Too lazy to
That's
make
the
it from scratch.
that's the thing about it is it's just like it's so simple. This is why I love it. I love like I am
You're like my
very
husband,
much
Travis. He home makes bread too. We don't usually even buy the loaves of bread. He home makes it and then he cuts it.
so you know what the best thing. Do you have an Aldi near you?
Yeah, but I rarely go. Actually,
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever been the whole.
You're probably gonna freak out a little bit when I say this, but Aldi has an amazing pre-made pizza. It's not in the frozen section. It is not the frozen pizza. It's in the refrigerated, not the frozen section. Their refrigerated pizza, their cooled pizza, not their frozen pizza, is amazing. It's huge too. It's like 16 inches. It's
16
genuinely
inches.
awesome. Also, Red Baron is also good pizza. The classic crust is really good.
Yeah, Red Baron is pretty good. I've actually found that
Their brick
most of
oven is
the
also really good.
super cheap pizzas, as long as you do not go with the thin crust, the super cheap
Yeah.
pizzas that have like the normal crust, but then also like the cheese
Yeah.
filled crust, those are actually pretty good. Like I'm starting to
Yeah.
think they're better than like
So,
Domino's and Pizza Hut and all them because usually Domino's
leagues,
and Pizza Hut and whatever, they're really
Domino's is
oily and they're
good.
so
Okay,
expensive.
from experience, Domino's is good if it is 9 o'clock at night. You are in the middle of a
Puff.
study session for an exam, and the dining halls are closed.
Puff, I am being productive. Leave me alone. I am doing the skill and kill on the yak track. So every
But
3 minutes, I'm doing the skill and kill, which I calculated out all the different skills that you can do. Doing specific. Don't judge me. I see those dots. Specifically, if you do oak wood, it ends right at the 3 minute mark. So as soon as the fire's gone, that tells me the new 3 minutes starts up.
wait,
So I don't have to double
wait,
task with a timer. So ha.
wait, Travis, you lost. I lost you on saying what is good pizza. Domino's?
Oh, on saying no. It's probably saying that I can't take advice. No, I'm never gonna max because that's not my goal, Travis. Yeah, well, does Elders end at 3 minutes? Because I found anything more than oak, it takes longer than 3 minutes, and I need it to be 3 minutes or less. 3 minutes actually is perfect because I don't want it to be more or less.
Okay, no, I'm not talking. Okay, no,
Anything
Travis,
frozen?
you got to remember,
No, it's
you're a
worth it
food
though.
professional.
It's worth it.
You're a food professional, all right? Not all of us are fancy asses, all right? Some of us.
Shut the front door when you leave. How about you just come over and cook for us? We'll just all get together. We will not talk about frozen food. We will not order Pizza Hut or Domino's or whatever, and you just cook, okay?
No. Like I said, Domino's is good if it is 9:30 at night, you didn't have dinner because you're in the middle of an exam study session, and the dining halls are closed on campus. That is the only time when Domino's is very good because you're like, food, pizza. Because pizza is like the one food that is near universal and is extremely hard to fuck up.
Peasants, I tell you.
Okay, Travis, like, God, Jesus.
Excuse me. Yes, we are. And we admit it.
Yes.
We're not pretending anything here. Frozen foods are our friends.
Travis, I apologize for not having. Travis, I apologize for not having eaten at Maison de Boeuf every day. Like, fuck off. Like, what the fuck?
No, don't tell him to go away. We want him to stay and cook. He's the one that brings the good food.
I don't eat at Maison de Boeuf, alright? I don't eat steaks, like, even fancy steaks. Like.
But you should, though. They're so good.
I have been recommended Bally's in Vegas, which is like $400 steak for like 4 people.
If you have never been, to a Brazilian restaurant, specifically like it's shoot, what's the official name? It's kind of like a buffet. So the Brazilian buffet restaurant has a name, and I can't remember what it is right now. Circle something. I can't remember.
Oh, dude.
They
Okay.
come with a freaking pike of meat, and they will cut it for
Wow.
you, and you can have as much as you want, and it's so hot, and it's so juicy.
That's like
so
Bali.
freaking good.
Good steakhouses will literally bring out like Bally's. Apparently, there's two guys that bring out like a 4x6 cutting board, and you pick which piece of meat you want.
Every single waiter and waitress has a different pike of meat. So there's so many different variations. There's at least like 6 or 7 waiters or waitresses walking around, and you have this little like a pad, and it has like different colors, and when you're too full, you like flip it to red. When you're like, okay, I want more food, you flip it to green. It's awesome. It's if you have not had this experience, I highly recommend it.
So okay, I'm gonna pontificate for a moment about UNH, specifically Philbrook Dining Hall. Travis is gonna hate me.
Oh, he probably.
But okay, no, Travis, stay with me here, all right? Just stay with me, Travis, please.
Okay, Puff, where do you want me to go for divination, and then I'll go there, okay?
So, yeah. Suffice it to say, just bear with me, Travis, while I explain this, all right? Philbrook Dining
He's
Hall.
already like, I'm gonna shrivel up. Okay,
so,
go for it.
Philbrook Dining Hall, affectionately referred to as Philly, is
peasant food.
At Wagyu beef, everyone except good Angus beef just tastes like peasant food. So, at UNH at Philbrook, you would walk in. You know, if you have a meal plan like I did, you would scan your fingerprint or swipe your ID or whatever, and you would count for you. Otherwise, I think it's like $16 or something for dinner. It's really good value though. But for lunch is when it's good, because there's usually there's always a pizza station for, if people just kind of want to grab something to go. They don't have to look at the menus and things, because there's like TVs with all the menus above each station.
84.
With it marks everything as it marks things that are gluten free or gluten friendly and vegan and vegetarian. It marks all of that. It marks like low calorie. It gives the guiding stars for foods. It's really, really good information above. But there's always a pizza station. There is always an all-day breakfast station. You can get omelets and pancakes. That's actually what I would do often. I would get a plate-sized pancake for breakfast. It was so worth it. But
aren't those normal? That's how I had them growing up. I thought that was normal, and then I went to like a restaurant, and they gave you like these little pancakes, and I was so dang disappointed.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah. So the thing is, so you always have those, and then usually for lunch, the what's called the main line usually has like, kind of like 3-ounce burgers and beef franks, which is good. They also usually have some sort of like fry or hash potato or whatever. But it's meant to be kind of quick and dirty food that can be prepared easily. But then there's a Mongolian grill. This is that like donut shaped grill. They literally have one of those. You pick the meat and you hand them a bowl of vegetables, and you say, I want beef or chicken or whatever, and they'll cook you it. Or I just went up one day and I just asked for beef, like just a double helping of just beef, nothing, no vegetables, just beef, and they were like, okay. And it's all you can eat. All of this is all you can eat, by the way, which is great. There's rices there as well that you could take from as well. There's brown and white usually. There's a dessert area as well. They often have like puddings and things, but puddings and cakes and cookies. But but around the back is where it gets good, because there's a sandwich station with a salamander that like a conveyor salamander. They put the sandwich through to melt it. That's not the good part about it though. On the far side of that station, there's a cutting board. There's soups there as well, and then there's also a cutting board and fresh bread. It varies by the day, but whenever they had white wheat or challah, literal like the egg braid bread, I would go there, get 2-inch thick slices and then just load up on tuna salad to get protein and potassium.
You are
Like,
making me hungry now. All of these sound like things that are actually available at the Brazilian
like
place
this
too.
is like, keep in mind, this is a fucking school. This is a university dining hall.
That's
like
really
that's the
nice
thing about
quality then. They
It's
spend a lot of money on their
dining hall.
food.
Oh my
Dang.
god, it is such a marketing tool. Like I
Come for the food.
in my meal plan, if you get one of the unlimiteds, you get like a couple guest passes. So I bring my family up every once in a while. Kind of be like, hey, you want to come up for dinner this Saturday? Okay, sure. Like, come on up and we'll go get food, whatever. So, text me when you're in the circle and I'll come out and meet you and we'll walk up, whatever. So that being said, my dad said that he would, when he was in school, there was the burger line and the main line. That was it. Two sides of the serving area. You would pick a line and go in it. And you did not go in the main line at the end of the year because it was basically clean out special, which is kind of the same thing here, but it's a lot less because the dining halls are open during the summer. At least Philbrook and Holloway Commons, which is the main one, are open at least. So it's Stillings, I think, closes down during the summer, but whatever. But suffice it to say, when you have so they always have like burgers and dogs and breakfasts and things. Oh, and they also have waffle makers too, like the waffle like things you pour the batter in and turn it and it cooks it. They all have those too. But it is like he said, this is, if I had this back when I was at school, back when I was in school in like the 80s, this would have been I would have had an entirely different outlook on food. Like,
well,
even
not
more
only
so
food, but
than
it
I have
probably would
now.
have helped with studying and paying attention.
Oh God,
and
because you're not like,
emotional.
I had a shitty burger for lunch, Like I had a shitty burger that was, overcooked because it was on the grill for too long because it was forgotten about. Like, that's like that doesn't happen anymore. Like, he said, this is so much, and he literally went back. Every time he went, he would go to the Mongolian grill at least for something. Because it was just that good. He loved it so much. And, it's a lot of it, there's a lot of student run stuff. But yeah, so Travis, this is the point I'm trying to make. Yes, it's institution food. It's, from Cisco or whatever company it is. But it was unbelievably good. And keep in mind, this is from my dad, who used to be in sales and would travel around the world and be able to visit basically had a company card and literally visited Bally's with friends and like put it on a company card. Like, he visited a world famous steakhouse in Vegas. Like, it's just, yeah. So suffice it to say, yeah, Travis, just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's always bad.
I mean, I don't know if uni would count as cheap.
Well,
it's usually free, right? I would assume it's free. It comes with the.
Well, yeah. Well, the meal plan was $2,000, but that's another discussion. Oof. But if you just showed up and wanted to pay for meals, $16 for dinner, all you can eat. $16 per person.
That's still kind of a lot.
But
all you can eat is pretty good, but when it's just one person, that's not so good.
Yeah, well, especially now compared to how much prices have increased in restaurants because of COVID and inflation.
Yeah,
that is actually competitive.
Travis is like, I do buy normal stuff. I do take out fast food. Yeah, but you mentioning that you are like that's your realm makes us think that you're like.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see, am I going the right way?
Also, Five Guys is best fast food. Fight me.
Oh, and by the way, Travis, about the Japanese steak that you mentioned earlier. So I'm one of the very few people that I don't really like it. You're gonna hate me, But everyone loves it because they're like, oh my gosh, it's so like it's essentially kind of like buttery, like it melts in your mouth, like literally just
I don't like that.
Melts in your mouth. Yeah, I don't either. I prefer where there's like, okay, I like it rare, but I don't like it mushy, and to me that feels mushy. So I personally.
Travis, you are immediately my least favorite person in this entire chat right now.
No, don't say that.
You said Five Guys and trash. I will fight you.
Oh, I guess he just wanted to fight you.
I will fight you.
You told him you were going to fight him, and then he said it. He just wants to fight. He might not even really hate it. He just wants to fight you. We'll never know now.
I will fight you over that statement. That is blasphemy, sir.
I haven't
coming from an atheist, and if an atheist calls something blasphemy, that's bad.
It would be more ironic, or not ironic. It would be more funny if you said something about oh my gosh, I suddenly just forgot what the restaurant's called. So much for being funny. I just missed the punchline there. What? Chick-fil-A? Chick-fil-A. Yeah, Chick-fil-A is the Christian one.
They're a whole other can of worms that I don't feel like getting into right now.
You were talking about blasphemy, so I had to say something about the Christian restaurant. Shocked. Oh, a bunch of food violations? I mean, I don't think that there's a single fast food place that doesn't have a bunch of food violations.
Let's be real here.
McDonald's? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay.
How are they still open?
Yeah. Travis, name one fast food restaurant chain that across the board has literally never had a history of any food quality or cleanliness violations.
Okay. Well, it's not that they're going to be perfect. I'm just saying I don't think that they should still probably be open. Any of them. Their big money is the only thing keeping most of these places open.
Just remember, especially with Five Guys, it's so freshly cooked because, basically they put the patties on when you get there. So, when you order. So effectively, just remember, it's better that than, it's literally served to you hot off the grill, and same thing with the fries, hot out the fryer, from peanut oil, by the way. It's not who the fuck knows what oil. But
if it's peanut oil, that means that those with peanut allergies probably can't eat there, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they have a box of peanuts that you can eat for free while you're waiting for your meal. That's a thing, though.
That's a very peanut allergy no.
This is not the restaurant to go to if you have any sort of peanut allergy.
Good to know. Good to know. I don't have peanut allergy, but still good to know. These are so pretty.
Yeah. I mean, considering Rin, you were, I'm going to say, let's just say, almost fetish level obsessed with the Mr. Beast burger.
Hey, it's good, okay? And I wouldn't say fetish level. It's more of just respect. Because you don't happen upon a burger very often that's actually good. And that's saying something for me, especially because I do not like to spend money, like, at all. And these burgers are expensive at the wazoo, but it was worth it. Like, that's big coming from me. I hate spending money.
So to your point about their way better service at Chick-fil-A, there's this comedian I listened to his album. It was Corey Ryan Forrester. He's like a Southern guy, but like liberal as fuck. It's weird. But
shut up.
But he said, whenever I walk into, like, the only reason he's talking about, the protests against Chick-fil-A, and he's like, no, not Chick-fil-A. I will personally help you fuck up a Bojangles, but not Chick-fil-A. Their diet lemonade, it tastes the same as the regular lemonade. I am a fat fuck. I need all the help I can get.
Aww.
And then he said but as much as I love Chick-fil-A, I love gay people more. So I was with the protests for about 24 hours. And then I went back because, I was there. I was outside with them, but that was on a Sunday. But then he's like, the other reason I went back to Chick-fil-A is because they are scary as fuck. Like, I walked in and they're just immediately like, hi, it'd be my pleasure. It'd be my pleasure. It'd be my pleasure. It'd be my pleasure. It's like, do you need help? Like, it'd be my pleasure. It'd be my bitch.
They're much more attentive than other employees at other fast food restaurants. That's for sure.
He's like, bitch, blink twice if I need help. if you need help. Like,
are you
is
a
there anything
robot?
I can do to? Is there anything I can do to help you? It would be my pleasure.
That's a funny comedian. I approve.
Yeah, he
Not
it
taking
was
any of that seriously because I love them,
yeah.
but
There was an
the
album that
comedy
was
is funny.
on there was an album on Spotify. It's still on YouTube, but it was pulled from Spotify because his network had contract issues with Spotify. That's another discussion, but it's on YouTube still. It's like live in Lexington or whatever, and it's him, then Drew Morgan, who's another Southern liberal, and then it's uh, Trey Crowder, who is it, and then it's Trey Crowder, who is known online as the liberal redneck, and for good reason. But Trey Crowder said, I went home with a girl one time, and this was in a trailer park, and so they were like rich, like okay, they weren't rich, but, like they were rich to me. Her daddy owned a pawn store outside town. It's like he walked in and he literally said, I walked in the house and the first thing I said in front of her parents was, why is all y'all's plates the same?
Oh no!
And ain't none of them
Oh,
got Peyton Manning on them.
oh, I actually get that. I totally get that.
It's like glass Tupperware. What a time to be alive!
Yeah. I actually grew up with all of our cups. I'd never grown up with cups. I didn't drink out of a real cup until maybe like 21. Because growing up, we drank out of jars, like glass jars, like the leftover from jam and stuff.
Yeah. And then he moved to
Yes, I agree, Travis. I am also Christian, and it's the same thing that with supporting versus loving is very different. Like you don't have to agree with them, but you could still love them.
Exactly. Yeah. But the best part is he was talking about he was talking about this was during the whole like people down south of the let's just say the extreme for the time right wing of the political spectrum waving Confederate flags, like putting Confederate flags outside their trailers or whatever. And he's like, and they're screaming like, it's my right as an American to fly the Confederate flag. It's like, yes, it is. But complaining about your rights as an American while waving the Confederate flag is like criticizing gay marriage with a dick in your mouth. It's like completely it's the exact same level of and he's right though. That's the thing. He's literally right about that. But it's just he is unbelievably funny. And then Drew Morgan did this whole shtick about carnivals and a guy named Buckshot, whatever. It's like his real name wasn't actually Buckshot. His real name was Diapers, but you wouldn't have believed me. A carny. Just like, oh my god.
Popeyes is also a gross restaurant cleanliness. All of them are gross when it comes to cleanliness.
Yeah.
The first one I think of is McDonald's. Every single time I think about how shriveled up and dry, and if it's not shriveled up and dry, then it's like super salty or oily. Like there's always something that's just blah. Yeah. But it's cleanliness, yeah, same thing. And their bathrooms are always really nasty.
Oh no, I know that, Travis. I was just talking about the hypocrisy of they're complaining about that, and they were the Confederates lost the war though. That's the thing. That's what I mean. Oh, I know that. I'm fully aware of the fact that it wasn't about slavery until like 2/3 of the way through the war. Like I'm fully aware of that. It was about preserving the Union.
Yeah,
no, and I know
and
that,
he's quoting a comedian, so anything that comedians say shouldn't be taken.
Usually is embellished and or
they're purposely messing up history just to make it funny.
No, yeah, he was talking about the hypocrisy of waving the Confederate flag when they lost the war, and yet complaining about their rights as an American who is not the Confederacy. Like that's the point he was trying to make about it. Like talking about his rights as a member of the USA while waving a faction that lost to the USA.
Nothing wrong with that, Travis. You're good.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I think at this point I'm starting to learn that this community, we all know a bunch of facts. We just know facts in very different genres and areas of knowledge, which is actually probably a good thing, because then the more we put that all together, then eventually we'll all become extremely knowledgeable.
Yeah. There was something about like, you know, the copy pasta about Vaporeon and the breedable Pokemon or whatever it is, like the most breedable Pokemon or whatever it is. Like
Puff, I know nothing. You know RuneScape.
Oh, there is a copy pasta about that. And so it's somebody posted something different about Vaporeon, and then it's like that is this, and then the first comment was, "This is the second most interesting Vaporeon fact I know," and then its reply was, "What is the first?"
Yep,
and then,
that's
like,
true, Travis.
and then,
I think that every single time too.
Yeah, and then every single comment after that one in the chain is still removed by moderator.
Oh,
because and you just
I think we know.
Like, anybody who knows the copy pasta knows exactly what each and every one of those messages said. Like, down to a T.
Honestly, I'm not sure either, Travis. I'm not sure where it originated from. I find it
okay, so fun fact, the original flag actually had pink. Yeah, the original flag actually had a 7th stripe, which was pink. But it was dropped. It was like in the 70s or 80s, I think, was when it was originally developed. But then the pink was dropped later because of a lack of fabric for pink, or pink fabric. So they just were like, well, we'll do the 6 colors, and so it just kind of stuck from there.
Wait, but then that's using more fabric. Wait, what?
Well, no, because it would use one less color. They had a problem with getting pink fabric, so they just used the other 6 colors.
Oh, so pink isn't in the flag at all now?
No, it used to be, but it wasn't. And then now with the Progress Pride, they have the chevron on the left side, which is the trans Pride colors.
Oh, I haven't
the
seen
trans
that
flag
one yet,
colors. The pink, blue, the pink, light blue, and white. That's the new one, is the Progress flag, apparently.
I don't think I knew that there was a new one.
Yeah, it's basically just the regular 6-stripe one, but on the left side, it has a triangular like chevron, and it's a white triangle in the center with I think a pink stripe and then a blue stripe, around it, and like a triangular chevrons. Or it's whatever the order is from out to in on the trans flag. I forget the exact order though. I'm brain dead.
You're good.
But it's that, that's yeah.
How it
used to say that he would never destroy the world with the flood again. Well, that nope, not going there. Yeah, it's showing. It's meant to represent. Yeah, exactly. It's meant to represent the whole spectrum. That's kind of what it is meant to be. Like, it's the whole spectrum of human behavior. Well, not even just human behavior, animal behavior.
At this point, wouldn't it be easier just to have a black flag? Because then that's all the colors together at the same time.
How about we add a Jolly Roger? No,
no, I didn't say anything about a skull. I'm just saying. Because if you really think about it, of the color black is all the colors combined. So, like, if I were to make like a new flag that embodies everybody, if everyone was a different color, but you want to actually say unity, it would be one color. But then logically, black would be that one color that would combine all the colors.
There's a new one, there's a push for a new flag, which is kind of along the same kind of lines. It's kind of like, set the colors, they represent what they represent, but it's like they represent concepts rather than like specific identities. Like, I think like it's like the blue is gay, the red is like lesbian, and the like non, like one of them is non. I don't know exactly it's something like that. Like, each color on the pride flag means something different, and but it's something along those lines, and then effectively take that, and instead of that, have the colors represent concepts like inclusion or
that would make more sense. Like, just like any flag,
acceptance, tolerance, things like that.
That would make more sense.
Rather than being specific identities, be concepts relating to identities in general. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah. I love that idea much better. That makes more sense, because if you have eventually what's going to happen is you're either going to run out of space, or you're going to run out of colors, and then eventually you're excluding people. So if you can't find a way to include everybody, and then you're accidentally excluding everybody else.
Well,
and so that's the opposite of what you were trying to do. Then just stop. Just start over.
Yeah, exactly. Then light is blue because of blue light refracts into the thing. Yeah,
it's a lot less blue. Bob. How about you
right there belongs? No.
It won't be blue, and it won't be white from the sun. It'll be black because you're going blind.
That right there is
black
like
spots.
Case in point for shitty life pro tips right there.
Science.
That is like pure shitty life pro tips. No, but
you guys are ridiculous.
One of my favorite things though is like it's
science.
Apparently, there's a. Have you ever heard of the cuttlefish, Rin?
Cuttlefish?
Okay, so it's like got like a body, but it's got like tentacles off the front, like off the face.
Cuttlefish? I'm still trying to figure out if I heard the word cuddle or something else.
Cuttle fish. It's actually a mollusk. But,
Tuttle? I'm not hearing you correctly. Can you
hold on? Let me send you a picture. I'll send you a picture.
Thank you. That'd be helpful.
Of
Bill Nye the Science Guy. Is he not a scientist? Because Bill Nye the Science Guy theme song says otherwise.
He has an engineering degree, I believe, mechanical.
Which engineering technically would be smarter than science, wouldn't it? I mean, in a different way.
Insert debate here. So here's the thing. There is a difference between.
It's kind of cute somehow. It's like a stingray plus a snail plus a squid. It's a flat squid.
Yeah. So the thing is, so with the cuttlefish, for lack of it, to give you a little biology lesson. So they have, what happens is when they do the reproductive, do it like they do on the Discovery Channel, for lack of a better term. Never mind. That's a song by weird song. Moving on. Okay. The males and females like lock the tentacles together, kind of like clasping hands, and then there's a appendage that acts like a penile organ, and then it goes into a receptacle on the female. Beyond that, it's standard male female behavior.
Got it. So, but, Avatar, braid, got it.
But what happens is sometimes it in a what effectively is often considered what it is effectively cross-dressing. Male cuttlefish have 4 pairs of tentacles, females have 3. So what happens is, if there are a lot of stronger males around than a weaker male, the weaker male will often
does it pretend to be female so they get closer to the female?
Will literally take one pair and tuck it in underneath. To pretend to be female, swim right past the stronger males, and then be like, surprise, face sex.
That's actually not that dumb. That's actually kind of smart.
It's basically a case of biological nature cross-dressing.
Or,
if you think about it.
Or more specifically, just those human, if we're taking it to comparing with humans, the guys that pretend that they're gay just so then they can get closer to women, which is more rare nowadays, but it used to be a thing.
Yeah, especially because now it's seen as what it is, which is predatory.
Yeah.
Like, there's a line between being, between cross-dressing because you like it, and that, or being gay because you're gay, and then there's pretending to be gay because because you see it as an advantage to get close to a woman because reasons. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's lying and it's deceptive. Yes.
But it's one of the weirdest things that I've ever heard about nature, which, like, I am trying to learn cladistics, and that makes no sense. Like, that's saying something.
So I actually didn't know that Bill wasn't a scientist. So
I think mechanical engineering
that degree. Iconic song now makes me kind of sad.
So the thing is, he is not a scientist, but he he is more classified in my mind as a science communicator. He can read. He reads and understands the material because being a science communicator is a different set of skills than being a scientist. A scientist produces the works. Right, that's the thing though, is the science guy is kind of a little bit misleading, but like that's the thing though. He is a science communicator. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, despite being an astrophysicist, he is more the reason why he is so. Oh God, there's ads for everybody. Fuck.
Oh no. Ads.
Why do you have to be such a come on, Rin. Like, why do you have to be such a greedy bitch? Come on. Why are you showing so many
It's
ads?
mandatory. If it wasn't mandatory, they'd be gonskis. Because if I turn them off, they decide when to put the ads. And then it's more than what I set it for. So, like, there's unfortunately no real happy medium. I wish there was. If there's a sweet spot, I would love to be able to figure that out. But
my thing is, I just wouldn't, have subscribers. I would just be like, nah. I'm just like, that's the thing about me. Like, I have a comfortable job. I wouldn't stream for money. I'd stream because I would want to entertain people.
Right, exactly. Which is why I started for two reasons. One, because I wanted to actually like share the funny moments that I was experiencing in game. And I was like, that would be funny if I got it on video. But lo and behold, I never have it recording. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start. Yeah. And then the second thing was that I needed to work on my leadership skills because I am terrible at being assertive. And I need to work on it. So I'm purposely putting myself in a situation where I have to.
Yeah. But yeah, so like Bill Nye and to get back to the point, Bill Nye and Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson actually does have an astrophysics degree though. That's the thing about him. Like he actually has an astrophysics degree and he was a practicing astrophysicist. So the thing is, they are more science communicators, which is a different skill set than being a scientist. They know how to interpret and translate what.
So he takes all the scientific terms and then makes it easier for everybody to understand.
Right. He takes the white papers. If lack of a better term, he's the black box where he takes the white papers as inputs and spits out coherent, normal person speak. That's kind of what a science communicator is. It's somebody like Bill Nye or Neil deGrasse Tyson. Like Neil deGrasse Tyson had his own show. Like he did Nova for a few years. Like he is a good communicator. There's another guy in the UK. He's mostly in the UK. Another physicist guy. I can't remember his fucking name. But he doesn't him. But yeah, he's like. Just it's all about like so it's that's why like I love there was this this talk that from several years ago, it's like 2015 or something like that. It was Neil deGrasse Tyson, I'm trying to remember all the participants off the top of my head. This is going to end well. Neil deGrasse Tyson, Lawrence Krauss, Richard Dawkins, who for this conversation, the conversation that I loved out of this was basically just listening there, like human behavior is interesting. Brian Greene, who the fuck is the other guy? There was another guy as well, but basically they were talking about the reasons for space exploration and the motivation for it. And at one point, one of the other people was like, that's just the facts. You can't argue with the facts. And, he was against Neil deGrasse Tyson. And Neil deGrasse Tyson was, let's start talking. And then he said that, and you can't argue with the facts. And Neil deGrasse Tyson just stopped, turned to him, and just said, watch me. And the entire crowd just burst out in laughter because they were like, okay. They knew it was coming. Let me see if I can find that video.
Yay, Puff is free.
Nice.
Actually, if you wanted to post like a bunch of different YouTube videos and stuff, like stuff that you're talking about, and you put it here in voice chat, I can play YouTube videos on Twitch.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me
Preferably anything that's not family friendly. I would ask that you don't, just because I eventually do want to be able to have, what's the right word? If Mr. Beast could sponsor me, that'd be great. He only likes family friendly people though, so that's why I gotta be careful. No, but I really want to. Don't judge me. I know you're judging me.
So this is a video. This is a video on the politics of space exploration. It's basically them just talking about space exploration. It's hilarious. It's about 10 minutes long, but it's worth a watch even on your own time.
Black Lives Matter. Like, oh, that was really loud. Oh, that surprised me.
Genuinely awesome. It's from a larger talk called The Storytelling of Science, but it's really good. So if you want to pull it up on stream, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm not going to force you though.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, I'll have to watch it on my own time. Travis is like, F him. All right then. So I will tab that for later.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson gets really like. Suffice it to say, actually, I will message you this, Travis, because like Neil deGrasse Tyson, like he's passionate about it, but I think he's wrong. Like honestly, I'm with Lawrence Krauss where they say like we just need to be honest about it and say it's for the adventure of it. Like we're just doing it because like they were talking about you know, like sending a person versus sending Ira Flato, that's the last person in the talk. But it was talking about sending a person versus sending like 1,000 rovers to Mars for science.
Mm-hmm.
And so and they said, you know, they want like I you know, Lawrence was saying like I talked to people in the geology department and they would rather go there themselves than 1,000 robots, even though the 1,000 robots would technically be a bit more efficient because you could spread them out over the entire planet.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Like he said they would want to go there even if it was a one-way trip. Like they would still want to go because, and he said, you know, we should fund it, but we should just be honest about it and say we're doing it for the adventure. And then immediately Neil deGrasse Tyson goes off about like, you know, canceling Apollo because, you know, Soviets and all that good stuff, even though Ira Flato then immediately said, you know, Apollo 13 was so interesting that they didn't cover it, and the only reason they covered it was because shit happened.
Oh, Travis. Don't even, Travis. Don't start stuff.
No. Mr. Beast, I'm going to say something and I might get banned.
No, I'm not going to ban you. You can have a different opinion.
Yeah, well, I can't force you to be right, so you know, it's fine. Mr. Beast is Mr. Beast is an overrated, overhyped, pointless channel on YouTube.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I don't care about his content. I want you to know this right now. I don't care about the content. I don't care about the reacts. I don't care about that he gives people money randomly. It's all for views, etc. I don't care about that. What I care about is the potential in this person, because he thinks he's brilliant. He does not show how brilliant he is when it comes to all these silly videos that he does, but behind the screen, this guy is brilliant. And he's he's humble about it too. It's not like freaking, you know, Mark or Job or like any of these other people that just Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, anybody else, where they're brilliant and then they totally squander it on being malicious to the community that they have. Whereas Mr. Beast, like, he's all about people rather than anything else. Aw, thanks, Trinity. You're so cute. I love you. that little
the thing about
you're so cute. Yeah, so cute.
So the thing about like Mr. Beast is, so I'm just concerned about where he's getting the money for all of this shit.
So from YouTube views. He's getting it from YouTube views.
How the fuck is he making enough to like give away cars or something is one of the things.
So like, he gets millions of views on every single video, and this is the part where most people don't know about. He doesn't have just one channel. He's got like, I think 20 now.
Why?
Because it's good revenue. It's smart. He's figured out the YouTube algorithm on. He's a smart dude. If everybody did exactly what he was doing, they would all be as rich as he is. He's figured it out because he spent time trying to figure it out.
This is why I could never make it as a YouTuber, is because I'm too nice. I don't want to. I would never do like anything even remotely that could be considered clickbait. I would be like, oh, this is episode 12
I'm terrible at clickbait
this,
too.
This would be episode 12 of this game.
This and he has other people in charge of that. He's got other people editing, other people doing the whatever. But he's figured out that that's part of the algorithm for YouTube, though.
See, the reason I asked that is because like there was a channel on Facebook.
The tabs. What do they call
it? There's a channel on Facebook. He who does like these like stupid videos about like, oh, be nice to people, or don't look down on people. His channel's name is like Darmon or something.
Oh my gosh, I hate him so much.
Yeah.
He is not a genius at all.
No. Did you know, by the way, that he is convicted of fraud?
For what?
Business corporate fraud.
Really?
Legitimate. I don't know exactly the specifics of it because I didn't look into the case, but he is convicted of fraud.
So somebody probably wasn't getting paid what he owed them, got mad, sued him, and they won.
No, like this was apparently criminal fraud, not civil. Criminal conviction. Like he got busted by the government. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like it was bad.
Yes, Travis, that is true. He's not actually earning an income. He did the whole spiel where he spent money on like a big house and a nice car and all that, and then he was like, this is not the kind of life I thought it was going to be. It was very unfulfilling for him. So he got rid of all that stuff, and now he literally sleeps in his office. Just like all the other insanely genius people like Elon Musk and etc. I can list a bunch, but he works until he's ground himself into the ground and he can't function.
First of all,
and
Elon
then he takes
Musk,
a break.
First of all, I want to interrupt and say that all that bullshit that Elon Musk says about like sleeping on the factory floor, that is complete and total bullshit. I've seen how much that motherfucker is on Twitter. He is a lying sack of shit in basically every way, but that's another discussion.
Oh no,
so
Elon Musk definitely he definitely sleeps on the floor, but yeah, he's on Twitter a lot because that's okay. So this has less to do with Elon Musk specifically and just more to do with like genius. So when someone is a genius, they know how to spend their time. They know how to prioritize time. Like time is their most valuable asset. Yeah. And so when they figured out, okay, I'm going to prioritize relaxing above anything else, it's because they give their all to everything else. They spend so much of their energy into all these other things, and so they have to have some way to relax.
And Elon chose to decide, and Elon decided to spend his time
on Twitter
lying about upcoming products such as Optimus robot for Tesla, simply to bump the stock price because he needs to have something good to say right before the earnings reports that are shit.
I don't read his Twitter. He's a madman in several ways than one. Yeah. He qualifies as one of the geniuses that I don't hold on a pedestal. He is a genius, but I don't put him up here.
No, I'm not even talking about. No, not even like I'm not even talking about the Twitter. Like the whole Twitter deal was just. That's an entirely different story that I am just not entirely sure what the fuck is going on. So I can't. I don't have an opinion to form.
I don't need to.
No, like I don't feel qualified to give an opinion because I'm not fully aware of the situation. So like. That's all I'm going to say about that is like I don't have all the information I need to make an formed opinion on that.
Yeah.
But like he does.
That's a good thing to say.
He has no.
Excuse me.
But I know for a fact he put basically no effort into quality control. Still hasn't into Tesla. He's spending. SpaceX is putting up Starlink, which is a lot slower. It's actually having bottleneck issues.
Yeah.
And it's basically. So it's having bottleneck issues. It also has problems with
and that makes
coverage,
sense,
and
Travis.
also he's basically accelerating Kessler syndrome because of it. Also, one moment while I shut this up. There we go.
What was there an ad or something?
No, somebody on Discord. I told this person repeatedly, message me before you call, and he doesn't do that. But anyway, But yeah, so suffice it to say, Kessler syndrome. Do you know what Kessler syndrome is, by the way?
No.
Okay. Kessler syndrome is this is very, especially with the amount of shit Elon's putting up with. I think it had like a plan for like 30. No, Travis, there's a movie out called The Current War. Watch it. It's amazing. It is Edison versus Westinghouse, direct versus alternating. It is an amazing movie. But anyway, but he's something like 30,000 satellites in low Earth orbit. Kessler syndrome is effectively when two satellites collide. They're moving at multiple thousand miles an hour relative to each other. So you have a debris field now. That debris field hits other work. It hits other satellites, which hit other satellites, which hit other satellites, and before you know it, we are effectively trapped on Earth because we can't launch anything without it getting shredded because of space debris.
Right, because there's so much out there.
Yes.
There's so many satellites.
That is
and other
why
junk.
that is why SpaceX's Starlink is the single stupidest idea that he could have possibly had.
So,
satellite internet providers have like 3 or 4 satellites usually.
Hi, Mav. How are
Hey,
you?
Maverick.
How'd your stream go?
So he's like, oh no, let's do like 30,000 in low Earth orbit, and like no, that is A, that's just not practical, and B, it's just like, it's just, oh my god. Yeah, like, you talking about Tesla the person or Tesla the company, Travis?
He means Tesla the person. That Tesla the
Yeah.
person. Hi, Mav.
Yeah.
How'd your stream
exactly.
go, Mav? I love your face too. That emoji is so dang cute.
Yeah. But yeah, Tesla is a lot more brilliant than anybody even knows. I mean, he actually did develop and apparently demonstrate a long-range weapon that could take
Elon
down
or Tesla?
Nikola Tesla. He developed a long-range tool that could apparently bring down fleets of airplanes from range, like a couple hundred miles of range.
Mm-hmm.
But it was all in his mind. That's how he did things. But he didn't write it down, and so it died with him. And that's one of the things that, like, apparently they tried to recreate was because he destroyed the prototype, so they couldn't just have a prototype. But it was like, yeah. So
that
it was
stinks. This is why it's important to keep a journal, kids. Keep a journal.
Yeah.
It's good. I had some connection issues earlier, so I had to completely reset my stuff. Oh, that stinks. Was it your internet going on, or was there like your sound do you use OBS? I can't remember. OBS had an update recently, so maybe that could have been that too.
XSplit is overrated. You have to pay for shit that's standard in OBS, and OBS is free. Oh yeah, for sure. 100%. One of the smartest people ever in history. But one of the yeah. See, the thing about Einstein is he and Tesla thought about things different ways. So it's kind of like, saying that oranges are the best apples. Like, you can't really do that. They both kind of had the mental imagery,
it would
but they
be
worked
more
in
like
different
saying
ways.
oranges are the best fruit. It's okay to have different perspectives and different opinions, and not one isn't necessarily going to be better. It's more of just there's different aspects that are good.
Well, Travis,
for different things.
Half of the thing about seeming smart or seeming dumb is communication skills, and that's the problem.
Oh man,
Tesla went out and did a lot more speeches. That's the thing.
Oh, hey, give me a second, guys. I think I hear one of my kids crying. I'll be back.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Yeah. By the way, anyone that wants to jump into voice chat, just like you could technically just hop in. Tomatoes are the best fruit. They are a fruit. That is true. Yes, and I have something to say about tomatoes when I come back, but I'm going to say that after I help my kid.
What I will say is this: knowledge is knowing tomatoes are a fruit. Wisdom is knowing tomatoes do not belong in a fruit salad. That is what I will say. Yeah. Oh, by the way, so on Amazon, Travis, Amazon Prime, there is for $4 you can rent the current war. The director's cut is the good. So it was originally by the Weinstein Company. It was supposed to release in 2017, but scandal. So it was delayed. Then a company was formed called Lantern Entertainment, which bought it up, and the original version that was supposed to be released by Weinstein Company was kind of crap. Like, it was apparently rushed for the Montreal Film Festival, and it didn't really flow very well. So what Lantern Entertainment did was they kind of reworked it a little bit, and like Lantern bought up all the IP, including Weinstein Company's biggest hits. So then, but they reworked the current war a little bit, made it flow a little bit better, made it make more sense, things like that. But then, they released it in 2019 and they called it the director's cut of it. Was the Lantern version. It's Benedict Cumberbatch. Let me see if I can find this. Hold on. Details. Tom Holland is Einstein's assistant, Samuel Insull. Benedict Cumberbatch is Edison himself. I need to go to Google because the Amazon listing is terrible for the cast. Nicholas Hoult is Nikola Tesla. Who was where is shit? I can never remember the fucker's name. Where the fuck is? Oh, Michael Shannon played George Westinghouse. That's the guy's name. I can never remember the fucker's name. But yeah, so it's a very, very good movie. It's probably one of my favorite movies, but that's probably because I'm a geek. But you know, Ford was such a shady person, more like a mob boss, and I think the Ford original was pretty bad. Yeah. Oh, another movie that's actually really good. So there's two versions of the same event, basically. The first one is the famous movie Ford v Ferrari, which is about the 24 Hours of Le Mans and the Ford GT. But there's another one which is a documentary style called the 24-Hour War, which I actually like a little bit better. And it's a very good piece. It talks about the same event, the 1960s Ford Ferrari rivalry, but it is, yeah, they were always bad. So I honestly though, yeah. So the thing is, like, the thing about yeah, that was in Ford. That was Ford's son, and it wasn't even really like that. It was just the fact that like it was a little bit of like, you know, contract. I mean, Ford obviously tried to do as much as he could, but like, you know, have like control of the motorsport division or whatever, something like that. It was just kind of a combination of Ford just kind of asked for a little bit too much, combined with the fact that Enzo Ferrari was an absolute just shit stain about the whole thing. Like, he didn't even try to fucking negotiate. He was just like, no, we're out. Let's go get lunch. He literally went and got lunch. Like, yeah, like it was a combination of like, they, instead of negotiating, they were just like, he was just like, oh no, that's terrible. Like, so it's a combination of not being willing to, or asking for too much initially, and then Italian pride, for lack of a better term. Like, oh, Ferrari is still some of the best. So there are two Ferraris I actually like the look of, though. Like, I think most Ferraris look kind of ugly. It's the LaFerrari and the Daytona. I actually have the Lego Daytona on the shelf behind me. But Ford will never be able to compete with Ferrari. See, that's the thing, right? Like, the GT is, like, the new GT is meant to kind of be, you know, like it's meant to be a hypercar, right? But it's not, like, it's, you know, one good car versus provenance. That's the thing about it, you know? But then there's a company called Aspark, which is out of Japan. you'll find it's actually spelled Spyder. But anyway, moving on. So that, but yeah. So the like, there's a company called Aspark, which is releasing a car called the Owl, which is it's a quad motor electric vehicle. It is the single most powerful vehicle ever to be produced, or ever scheduled to be produced. It's upcoming, but it is like, I think 1,985 horsepower and torque from 0. Oh, okay, yeah, autocorrect is stupid. But like, it's torque from 0. Combine that with the fact that, like, I think it's 0 to 60 in like 1.69 something seconds. It's ridiculously fast. 0 to 60. Like, that's the combination of 1,900 horsepower and electric torque from 0. Like, that's what that does. It's insanity. But you should look up pictures of it. It's amazing. It's an amazing looking. Hold on, I have it muted. 1 second. Oh yeah, that is pretty loud. See, the thing is, though, I am going to be in the market for a new car, probably in the next year or two, and I'm thinking about going EV, simply because it's a lot cheaper than gas where I am. Like, because where I am, we have bargain basement prices, though, for electricity, combined with, or at least, like, my company, the company that we have does. But combine that with the fact that I don't do a lot of long-distance driving. It's mostly around town, so it makes a lot more sense for me to have electric, because it's kind of more like a city car. But I'm debating, and I'm leaning towards, like, I want something like upright, like an SUV or something bigger, because I currently have a Kia Optima, and that thing's like ass on the road. It's fucking terrible. But like, I'm looking at either the two things on the short list. Well, the things on the short list are the new Blazer and Equinox EVs from Chevy, the Mustang Mach-E, the F-150 Lightning, the Bolt EUV, and the EV, actually, because a friend has the EV and I took a ride and it was pretty good. Yeah, I actually saw a McLaren downtown one time in Portsmouth, in Papaya Orange. It was great. But yeah, and then the Kia Niro, Hyundai Kona. So it's like, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't feel like driving that fast on roads. But yeah, so I'm leaning towards an EV just because it would be a lot better in terms of the economics of it. But yeah, it's I might do like a Mustang Mach-E or an F-150 Lightning. I'm not sure though. We'll see how things go. Like, not like a top spec. Like, I'm not gonna get like the GT probably. I'll probably get like I'll get like probably an all-wheel drive, but I won't get the GT. But yeah, yeah, and it's like a $500 ticket for that. It's ridiculous. Except for in Florida, where they actually have a Corvette that was, they have a Corvette that was, well, oh, sorry, I think, well, at a certain point, it's like the maximum.
Hello. What happened? Oh, I got sent to AFK! I got sent to AFK! Hi.
You went AFK.
Was I really gone for more than 5 minutes? Or at least I thought that's what I set the timer for.
No, you were gone for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't realize I was gone that long. So apparently my daughter threw up. I'm not sure why. Because all of our food is like fresh, so it's not food poisoning. There's probably something else going on. What are we talking about right now? I'm trying to scroll up to see the comments. And it's kind of a bunch of different topics, so I'm not sure where to pick up with. Okay, jump it back in. Oh, and Mav, I didn't mean to cut you off. You were saying something about your stream before I disappeared. Oh, he's lurking. Okay. Cronus, is there something going on? I can't hear you anymore.
I'm just quiet. That's
all. Okay, okay. Well, what were you guys talking about before I came back?
Speeding tickets at 200 miles an hour.
Oh, those are fun. I love those. Those are the best kind. Whose speeding tickets? Yours or someone else's?
Oh, but actually, there's a video that you should play. I'll send you the link, like right now on stream, because it is spooky season. So.
Dun 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 dun.
It will be fitting. It's about it's a guide to post-Halloween candy trading.
Post-Halloween candy trading?
Like how to trade your candy after Halloween, after trick-or-treating. Please put it on stream, though.
The topics... The topics that you somehow... Oh, these ads. Stupid ads. Go away. Here, let me pull up. Oh, goodness gracious. What have I done?
So this is a guide to how to trade your candy after Halloween. Very serious points.
Why is it not letting me do this? Come on, let me move. Let me do it.
Don't you have like a profile you switch or something?
Yeah. That's not what I'm trying to figure out. Not the OBS. I'm trying to figure out the the YouTube thing. I'm trying to make it at a certain spot, and it doesn't like that I'm trying to do that. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Oh well. Okay. Hop-ba-da-ba-da.
Ow, my ears.
If you like Necco wafers, the original candy wafer, yeah, that's a category that really took off, there's no need to watch this video. You're going to get screwed no matter what. Same goes if you like those nasty little orange and black candies. Save yourself some time, don't go trick-or-treating, just eat random crap you find on the floor. And now we begin. Step 1, identifying your trading partners. Children under the age of 5 are legally protected. That's because of Becky's Law. Named after a Wisconsin girl who traded her entire stash for a box of Good 'n' Plenty's that her brother had convinced her were unicorn eggs. She cried for 3.5 years. Children between the ages of 5 and 7 are allowed a 30-second trade-back grace period. This also applies to the elderly. If you have friends or siblings with any of the following traits, they make ideal trading partners. If you don't, you'll have to get crafty. Start by determining the flavor affinity of your opponent. There are 3 basic classes, and each one has a weakness. Be warned that a classic strategy is to pretend that you're in the fruit and sour category while executing the Smarties Gambit for a full-size Snickers. If you'd like to download a PDF version of this chart, please look in your butt. If your opponent says that they like special darks, be kind to them. They're probably going to be your boss someday. Likewise, if they express interest in any of the oral fixation candies like wax lips, paper dots, candy cigarettes, or Pop Rocks, keep track of them. They're going to be fun to hang out with in college before they drop out. Step 2. Pre-trade organization and preparation. Loose candy corn should be placed with your pennies. They're equally worthless. Under the new health law, ripped or unwrapped candy falls under the protection of pre-existing condition, and although they lose value, you cannot exclude them from trading. Dum-Dums should be organized in complete sets, not by individual flavor, unless of course you have 3 or more root beers, which can be set aside. Lump your 3 Musketeers together with your Milky Ways to ferret out people that don't know the difference. Most likely they'll confuse Crackles and Mr. Goodbars too. Hide your Mary Janes, banana-flavored taffies, and any short-lasting bubblegums under a pile of Whoppers, Goobers, Caramel Cubes, and Red Hots. Be prepared to offer the full stack as an all-or-none trade for a Charleston Chew or Grater. Although nerds are technically inert Pop Rocks, they should be placed in their own category. Unfortunately, Butterfingers, Almond Joy, and Mounds should be set aside for the mom and dad tax. Note that there is growing support to repeal the mom and dad tax, as it hurts honest candy disclosure and might lead children to stop trick-or-treating altogether. If possible, avoid major transactions until after the election. And raisins should be burned and then peed on by your dog. Part 3. Classic strategies. Avoid anyone who suggests dumping all the candy in a pile and rationing it out based on hunger. They are Marxists. John Maynard Keynes suggested taking 40% of the candy from the children with the most, burying it in the ground, and then giving the candy-poor children jobs digging it up. Or, of course, you can try the classic approach. Whatever you choose, remember that Pixie Sticks, Twizzlers, and Smarties are your workhorses, and Fifth Avenues are better than 100 grand. And as for anyone who gave you an apple, don't worry. They're going to hell.
So there you go. Now you know. So that's how you trade your candy after Halloween. Oh god. I have a Kit Kat sitting next to me. I'm not eating it though. I had... Jesus Christ. Oh god. The pain. Tell you what, if you mail me one, I will try it. But if you don't, I will not try it because I don't care. I have not gone into a Walmart for 12 years, and I do not plan on breaking that streak. And the only reason I went in is because I thought they had the shampoo I wanted, but it turns out they didn't. So, or the body wash, because I was 10. No, I was 13 at the time. So I thought they had the body wash I wanted, but it turns out they didn't. So technically, that one incident aside, I have had one entrance into a Walmart in the past like 17 years. Yeah, Ghirardelli, yeah. Ghirardelli. It's not Ghirardelli. I had a friend call it that, and I had to slap him. But moving on. Mm. I just do Hershey's. Mm. Yeah, I just do Hershey's. Makes it easy. It's probably better than Mr. Beast bar, honestly. Wow, there's something from Mr. Beast you don't like, so you're not just a mindless fan. See, there's a Yeah. Six, seven. So there are apparently in 49 of the 50 states plus District of Columbia, there is a sandwich shop which I love called Jersey Mike's. Oh my god. Okay. So you can get you can order just like a ham and cheese, ham and first of all, they have like a deli slicer that they slice the meat right there behind the counter. Like literally you order, let's say you order a one sub that my dad got the other day was called the Cancro Special. It's like provolone and like pepperoni and ham. It's something like that. I forget exactly what it was. But or let me see. Oven roasted top rounds and provolone with a layer of pepperoni as well, and it's got like vegetables on it as well. But so the thing is like they would slice the meat and put it onto the roll, and then they move it to the next station where they add all the vegetables and mayonnaise and sauces or whatever, oil, whatever, things like that, and then they go to the register. So basically, you have one person, but it's like it's. I just get a straight ham and American because I'm easy to please, but like my dad raved over the Cancro Special. Like it's.
Thank you, Puff.
And they have all sorts of things. Like I'm looking at the menu right now. Just like they have cold subs and hot subs. They have I think like a buffalo chicken as well, is one of the hot subs that they have. But they have like they're all numbered. So like the number 2 is the Jersey Shore's favorite provolone, ham, and capicola. Then they have ham and provolone, the veggie, which is the Swiss provolone and green bell peppers. The super sub, which is provolone, ham, prosciutto, and capicola. It's like they do all sorts of crazy stuff. Like you can either get you can get that, or you can get just like I want ham and Swiss or whatever, like that sort of thing. Like so, it's really nice.
Oh, sorry, Puff. I didn't realize that you couldn't hear me either. So wait,
Oh.
You're saying like that whole time I just went on a rave about this chocolate, no one heard me except poor little Kronos over here. Poor little Kronos, the one person that didn't want to hear it.
Sadly, I heard it. I sat through it.
Sorry, Puff.
Okay, Puff, did you hear me at least? Did you hear me at least providing common sense to this brainwashed fan?
Oh, wait. That means also that when we were watching that YouTube video, no one heard me giggling. I need to change that. I need to change that in my settings, because if no one can hear me laughing and giggling along with the video,
she was laughing quite
then it's
profusely.
not interactive. That wasn't profuse. Goodness, that's a little strong of a word.
No, profusely, meaning often, commonly.
I thought profusely meant like a lot. Not often, but like
yeah, a lot.
Exceeding.
You're giggling a lot.
Oh wait, that's the same thing. Never mind. It's bedtime for me. Let's just go with that.
Yeah. It's 1 a.m. for me, so.
Yeah, 12 here. Later for you. I'm surprised you're still up.
Yeah, well, I'm. That's how time zones work.
No, I just mean because it's 1 a.m. I'm surprised you're still up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is actually, other than like the salt crystals, that's like, ugh, it almost kind of gives me a headache. Like the salt is like too strong. But it's weird because like you can't actually see the salt anywhere in this at all. It's not like it's obvious that there's little freaking salt blocks in here. But dang, you can taste that. This is definitely an acquired taste sort of thing. Or do you like the Ghirardelli sea salt ones? Because I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan of like salt or pretzels or things like that with chocolate. I just like chocolate. Like I'm dark in milk usually, but
yeah, same.
Like there was a place I went to that was like a small like artisan chocolate shop, and the problem with that is artisan shops usually have a lot higher like content of cocoa, and so like it's a lot of sugar, and the problem is
a lot more bitter.
Yeah, it like their dark is or their milk is like a Hershey's dark, like it's it's hardcore.
That's what this is like. This is milk chocolate.
Hold on a second.
Milk chocolate, but it's really dark. Not just in color, but in taste. So, Puff, you missed what I was saying.
Sorry, continue.
Yes, and I'm doing something besides burning a log every 3 minutes. Oh my goodness, so sorry. Great YouTube Premiere membership. You're not wrong.
Okay, you said burning a log and I got scared. Like it was like a euphemism for something.
No, nope. Nope, we're talking about RuneScape.
It's like that Bible story where they gets bound by God and then he like pinches a loaf and uses it to cook food, like bread for like it's weird. And he lies on his side for a year. It's interesting. But anyway, moving on. That was Elijah, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. No.
Right before you left, I think we were talking about like dark chocolate. Like you were saying that their milk chocolate is like dark chocolate. Hershey's dark chocolate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that's what this is like. Their milk chocolate tastes like dark chocolate.
Yeah.
Not just color, but like.
Whoop! And the page refreshed for me, so I lost the chat history. Whoopsies.
What happened?
I accidentally clicked the wrong button and I refreshed the page. So.
Ha! So you didn't see me showing you the dark chocolate. Ha.
No. The
milk chocolate.
No, I'm talking about the chat history.
Oh no! It's all gone now.
Yeah. Yep.
Gone forever. Puff, since I have you here, ooh, that is too much chocolate at once. I need to put that down. That's gonna give me a stomach ache. It's strong. Okay. Do you see all this stuff in my bank, Puff? No, I am not gonna do Fresh Start Worlds. No, thank you. It was waste. I am not the type to care about being on the boards anyway. That'd be a waste of the grind. Because I have no love for the grind anyway. Oh, for him. No, he's not going to do Fresh Start Worlds either. He's kind of the same place I am with it. Where it's just like, it's too late to start because everybody has already got way head start.
No, the only reason is because it's, no.
Oh, in chat?
What?
Are you talking about Travis? I don't think Travis is here anymore. I think his internet accidentally shorted out again.
No, he had to go because he had a doctor's appointment apparently.
Oh, is that what he meant by that? I thought it was just another topic y'all were talking about. So I'm like trying to scroll up and my OBS keeps jumping me down to the bottom. So, excuse me. So I'm like missing a lot of what happened. Because first you were talking about like speed limits and then jail and then doctor's office. And I'm like, what just happened in this conversation? I'm not even going to try. Oh, so Puff, what I was saying is like all of this here was the last time I think you and King were trying to help me with getting the wings. And I honestly cannot remember where I left off or how to get the second pair of wings. I remember I purposely set all of these aside so then I'm ready to go, but I don't remember why I have them anymore. I am probably going to should have looked it up on the wiki. And I have not, for some odd reason. I do not know why. I think I've been a little too concerned with burning oak wood. Don't hate me. Yes, for the Memoriam of Gothics. Yep, that's the one. But I don't remember where I was. I don't even think this is the spot that I was last time. I think last time I was collecting here? No, that's not it. It was here. I was collecting right here. And then, in the midst of me collecting there, you and King were like, I got you, and then poof, you guys like collected these for me or bought them or both. And you like both were helping out. So, but I don't remember where I left off. Or why I was collecting them. Which is terrible because that was like something I really wanted to do and then I lost track of where I was. Here, I'm going to pull it up. Oh, I don't need it that big though. Oh yeah, and for when I disappeared earlier and got sent to the AFK chat, that was because my daughter was throwing up, and I don't know why she was throwing up because it doesn't logically make sense. My best bet is like maybe she just really misses her blanket that I put in the wash and was just switched to the dryer and she was like emotionally sad that she didn't have her blanket. It's my best guess, but I hope that's not the reason. Otherwise, that's a whole other onslaught of issues. Hubba, 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 hubba. Wiki. Wings. What are the wings called again? Let's... I'm gonna have to go here. There's no way I'm gonna remember what they were called. Echo? I think this is it. Yeah. So now I need the lustrous.
What is this?
This is the divination wings. I got glowing, which is this version, but now I want the lustrous. So I'm looking up what steps I need to do. I think
I went to the fandom. Oh god, I went to the fandom. Fuck. Oh shit. Okay, that's in my history now. God fucking damn it.
What fandom are you talking about? My goodness.
RuneScape.fandom.com is the bad website, and oh god, I clicked on it. It's in my history. I'm never gonna get over that. It's gonna keep recommending that.
You can delete it from your history.
Not from the Google search history. It's weird. I don't know why or how, but it's fucking.
It's because they like to keep tabs on everything, so then they can AdSense you. If you
no, it's not even that. It's like
figure out what you've done.
I hate it.
95 boostable to finish it. Yeah, I'm definitely nowhere near finishing. Or you could buy the energy and do them early. Yeah, I think that's what you guys were helping me with. You like helped with collecting and buying them. You like don't even remember helping me, Puff, or like am I remembering wrong and you weren't there and it was someone else? Like what is happening right now? Why are you questioning? Go to the memoriam, check which ones you have. Okay. Wasn't there a way to teleport there? Yeah, by the strands, I think. I forgot how to pull up the strands. Nope, that's not it. Is this it? Yeah, there we go. Teleport. Pretty wings. Okay, you said which ones I have. I think I remember now why I stopped. Is because I was starting to unlock these and I was like, oh, I want to actually listen to what they're saying, but not on stream because that'd be boring. And I was going to do it on my own time. And then I totally forgot. Crap. I don't remember how this works at all. And I don't know why there isn't one already unlocked. Because there should have been. Okay, so there's harmony of whatever. How do you say that? Naragun? I'm just going to confirm and see if that does anything. Maybe I should have waited to do that. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. I do not know.
I'm probably going to head out.
Okay.
Go to bed.
Yeah, it's super early for you. Go for it. Yeah. You need the rest.
Talk to y'all. Bye.
Yep. Toodles. Yeah. I don't even... Oops. That was an accident. I forgot you could actually go somewhere when you did that. My bad. I have not been back to this place since last time, too. Did I catch the butterfly? Catch the butterfly. Nope, apparently not. Get back here. Get back here. Get back here. Oh, wait. Wait, the butterfly is like a cannon? What? What? Get back here. What? That didn't make any sense. Stop moving, butterfly. Papilio bergamot? Not as loud as a cannon, but its echoes last much longer. What are we talking about? Oh, it's a different kind of echo. Duh. I honestly don't even remember what an engram is or how I got here. Master Cape, completionist, 80. Okay, maybe. Yeah. Obi wannabe. Funny, 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 funny. I think I need to talk to her. Give memory strands? No. Yeah, I have 1820. I have no idea if that's enough though. He made that look easy. Why is it not working? What do I gotta do? Do I need to... No. Why am I walking around? No, 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 no. Don't give them directly. Find engrams in the world. Oh, yeah! Wait. That's right! Okay, so I have to collect all of them again. I forgot about that. No, she's not gonna... How do I get it from her again, though? Do I need to talk to her? No, I don't think I have any in the bank. I think they're all here. I don't even think I have a divination tab. Because I finished the first round, and now I need to do like a second round with more strands and more energy. I have to get the engrams again. I don't remember how to get the first engram from her, though. We seem to have collected them all. Okay. So what am I missing here? How do I restart the collecting scavenger hunt here? Yeah. I know the wiki shows the location. It's saying that the first one should be her, but it doesn't seem to be working. She doesn't seem... Oh, okay. It's saying for the tutorial you get it from her, but then after the tutorial you get it from Naragun. I've never been there. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, do I even have the World Wakes? I don't think I do. Shoot. This is another one of those things I won't be able to do until... Wait, I need the full list. Give me the full list. I think I need to do ABC order. There's no way. No way I'm gonna be able to find it. I wish there was a way to just type in. That'd be so much easier. P. RST. Oh, what just happened? Where'd the thes go? Maybe I need to skip down to W. Okay. That's weird. What am I missing here? It's not in T and it's not in W? What is happening? It should be like right here. Right there. Oh, there we go. Pfft, it's right there at the bottom. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Requirements none. Talk to Orlando Smith. Activating. Suggested requirements. I don't think I have any of these yet. Oh, how do I go back? Okay, so technically I could do it. But it's a Grandmaster though, so it probably would be better to do these just so then the story would at least make sense. Long to very long. I don't think this is happening tonight. That's not happening. Ah! Alright. I'm gonna go back. I need to figure out these. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't mind recommended rather than required, because required means I definitely cannot continue. Recommended is just like, this would be great for the storyline if, or for the lore, or for your understanding, because you'll probably be confused otherwise. Those are fine. But me personally, I like the lore. I like knowing the storyline, so I don't want to skip over the recommended. So I understand they're not required, but I do like the storylines. All right, that's not happening then. Sad, dang it. All this stuff that I want, I'm gonna have to wait till I get more quests. Quests. Hold still. Ah. Oh, that was just a normal butterfly. Okay, that's weird. I really thought that that was gonna say something like the last one did. Normal butterfly. Okay, then. Shafts and feathers? Are you teasing me? What has happened? Why would I want to do shafts and feathers? Oh, yeah. For XP while doing a quest. Oh, you mean just so that I can, like, fletch as I go? I could always do, the protein... What's it called? Not alchemy. The other one. Which alchemy also would be very good, like, thing to do in between other things. But I'm not going to start anything new today because it's already 12:30 a.m. for me. Yes, energy. No, I'm not gonna alchemize the energy. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about the divination protein packs where you just do divination right there and then. Is protein pack, is that the right word? No, I think you're right. Energy, not memories. Methinks. Unless you can alchemize memories, and I didn't know that. Which, there's a lot of things I don't know, so that's a big possibility. Oh, hey, and is the volume any better, or am I still really quiet? Especially just now with, like, me yelling. Am I still too quiet? Because if so, things need to change. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, that scared me. I thought I lost you, Crunchy. Oops. My bad. He looks so dang mad. Just because his eyeballs are sticking out of his sockets and he has no eyebrows. Literally the only reason. Not even surprised, just angry. He just looks angry. I always say that I should go, and then I don't end stream right when I should. I'm a crazy person. Gazpacho. Oh, I love that name. That's pretty. Yeah. Well, pretty is the wrong word to use. Gus. I'm just going to call you Gus. Chef Gus. Oh no, not Commander Rude again. What are you doing here? Get out. Get out of here. You're a bot. I do not want... Bots are not welcome. Shoot. Lock out. Leave. I know. Here, let me get rid of the bots real quick. Let me see if this does anything. You're so supportive. Shoo. You're so supportive. I should do better at the goodbyes. It has not happened. You are being helpful though. Thank you. Focus. Oh yeah, I was gonna pull up. Get rid of the stupid bots. Shoo bot shoo. I don't know why he's back here. Shoo bot shoo. Oh my gosh, that scared me. That was loud. Ah! I do not understand how he got back in, because I banned him. You are banned. Get out of here. I'm not sure which one it is. Just a hand gesture to shoo away someone. Which hand gesture would that be? This one? Shoo. Get out of here. Shoo. 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 Yes. Okay. Jeez. Oh, just a... Go on, get. I feel like a stray dog right now. You're like, get out of here. Shoo. Shoo. Okay, seriously though. Let me see who I can raid, so then that way I'm helping someone else out, and then I'll leave. Okay. Are you going to bed, Puff, or are you staying up for a little bit longer? Twitch. You don't know. Well, are you like AFKing, or like what are you doing right now? Oh, she's doing Pokemon right now. Darn it. Dead by Daylight. Dang. Okay, so the person I wanted to raid usually does RuneScape old school. And like they are awesome and super enjoyable and funny. But she's doing Pokemon right now. So unless you're interested in Pokemon, I'm gonna see if I can try to find somebody else. Especially if you don't know if you're going to sleep or not. I don't like it when they don't have a camera. Is this old school? What is going on with the graphics? Okay, bear with me for a second. Chilling in bed. I think they're doing a quest. Oh, they're like brand new to RuneScape. They're like just starting. Oh my gosh, it took him forever to kill them. Oh, he's so brand new. I can't tell if this is old school or not, though. It seems like it's RuneScape 3, but like the graphics are just lower something. I can't tell what's going on. Oh my gosh, she's been streaming for 5 hours. Oh, there I go. Bye! Okay. Mute. Oh, wait. I should probably check if this guy is actually alive. Hi! RuneScape 3 sounds? How can you tell that it's not old school? Oh, I thought I said hi. What happened here? There. See if he responds.
Hi, Runic Curry.
Oh,
How's it going?
he responded. He's a real person. Dun, 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 dun. Suddenly forgot how to read. Oh, there we go. Da, da, da. I heard the loot inventory. Dang, you're good. Okay, bye, Puff. Bye, everybody else. Commander Root, get out of here. Bye, good night. Sleep well, or stay up late, whichever.